So there are going to be some options for teams that don't get a quarterback in this draft if they just need to do it, okay? The question is what's going on with the Atlanta Falcons and how much is the money that Cousins is due, how much that plays into Atlanta's willingness to trade him, and is it part of whatever trade would have to, is it part of the equation of the trade? Here's Terry Fontenot, the general manager of the Falcons, on that exact question.
In reference to Kirk, you know, with any player, like we've always said, hey, look, we're going to do what's best for this football team, whether that's a trade or whatever it is. And so we're open to whatever it is if it's going to help the team.
Is it fair to say that the money is not a holdup in trading?
Yeah, if we just have to look at whatever, say if we get an offer on any player, we get an offer, we have to look at it and say, is this going to help our team? Is this the betterment of our team? And then we'll do it with Kirk or anyone else. It comes down to that. But the report that says there's a specific number, that's not accurate. We haven't said that.
All right, this calls for an on-the-road version of what were they really thinking. Go ahead, hit it. What do you got? What were they really thinking? Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you what Terry Fontenot was really thinking. Look, this is what he's thinking. Look, we are not trading Kirk Cousins right now. We don't have to. It's really to our benefit to hold on to Kirk. He actually showed up to the off-season workout program because he's a real pro. We need him to sit there and be a real pro for pennies. And guess what? On top of all of that, we don't have to figure out anything until we find out who's desperate. Yep. That's the end of it. We need to find out who's desperate and who's desperate enough to cough up the draft choices, even if it's for a future draft, but cough up the cash. Who's desperate? Which team will it be? And then we can talk about Kirk Cousins. That's what Terry Fontenot is saying, and that's why that looms over this entire draft, because that's an option. The question is, how expensive will it be? That wraps up our Wednesday show.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
I'm Morgan Ehlers here with Brian Cook. He's the comptroller with Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. Talk a little bit about what you do from a sales and service standpoint.
We just see what everybody's circumstances are. Everybody's different. Credit scores are different. Lenders look for a lot of particulars, and we're here to help you. We try to offer a quality product, and we're here for you service-wise down the road, and we want to give you the discounts we like to offer our hometown people here and our family.
Greenville Motor Company and the new Greenville Auto World. We will earn your trust and business one vehicle at a time. Go online at driveherenow.com.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
At U.S. Cellular, we created an event called Us Days to celebrate our customers, like Gary here.
We get exclusive deals like $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet. It's a celebration so big, it feels like they wrote a hype song just for me.
Go, Gary! Go, Gary!
Celebrate Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1980. 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. We go beyond the call.
Are you thinking about purchasing a new home? Stop by and see us at Integrity Home Mortgage at our new location in Greenville at 1420 Arlington Boulevard. This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Joanne Weir, at 531-1148.
Joanne Weir, in MLS 75974. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender in MLS 208516.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl is built bold from the bottom up, with classic Bojangles flavor packed into every bite. Starting with a base of our signature dirty rice, we pile on even more flavor with Cajun pintos, then your choice of boldly seasoned grilled chicken or our iconic Supremes. Top it off with a sprinkle of cheese, and if you want to add some heat, add a dash of Texas Pete. Head to Bojangles and try the new chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Hey now. Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
We got Jarrett here. Hey, Jarrett. Hey. And we got left side. Strong side. He's like an Incredible Hulk when the temperature goes up. He gets angry.
You don't want to make me warmer. It was just such a fresh of breath air.
Well said, Sean.
Brett, you need to write a song called Super.
He's a great communicator.
Got a little taco meat on my chest.
Good to see you too, Clip. And to all the discount people that have replaced the people I knew here at Pirate Radio.
Wow.
Welcome.
Wow.
Discount Chandler, discount Big Dog.
Big Dog really shrunk.
Anthony Santander.
If it wasn't funny, then let's blame it on the duck.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Well, come on in to a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. And you can find us on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. We got a lot of guests joining us today. A couple in-house. Got one on the phone. Got two on the phone. Got one that I interviewed earlier today in Studio C, live from a Kansas City hotel. We'll tell you about those guests right now. Ken Watlington will join us in studio in about 20 minutes. We'll also, in about 20 minutes, talk to Mike Maniscalco, the play-by-play voice of the Carolina Hurricanes. I'll have a new lid alert on Twitter in a few days because I just got a Carolina Hurricanes fitted after the win last night. Got me fired up. Canes up 2-0 in their series over the Devils. We'll talk about that with Mike Maniscalco coming up in Hour 1. Hour 2, Zach Agnos made his Major League Baseball debut on Sunday with the Colorado Rockies. We will talk to Zach about that day and everything that led up to it and his experience as we catch up with the former Pirate shortstop/pitcher, Zach Agnos. He'll join us coming up in Hour 2, as will Patrick Mason from the Daily Reflector. Rahjai Harris joins us on today's show. Holton Ahlers will not be joining us today. He is conducting an interview for his podcast, but says he will join us Thursday on the show. So we might have time to run Mac McCarthy. We also may have time to run our New Blue practice report. Got comments from John David Baker and Josh Aldridge on that. So a lot going on this Wednesday. No Pirate baseball to recap as they were rained out last night, but there was some sports and some sports earlier today. The Braves already picking up a win as they beat the Cardinals today on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. I believe 4-1 that final. Yes, it was. Atlanta with a win earlier today. Right now, Will's Bombers are up 4-1 on the Guardians in the 7th inning. The Mets are tied with the Phillies 2-2 is that score. We'll keep you up to date on all going on in Major League Baseball and the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Up. Shirley Rhodes is here. Will, a.k.a. Billy Flows, back in the, well, it's grayish.
Gray, yeah. Not quite black.
Gray.
Decided to ease back into the neutral colors.
I'm wearing gray. Your voice is gray.
What does that mean?
It's somber. It's strong.
I took a nap, so part of me is like still waking up.
No, this is your normal voice. We got left side.
We got strong side.
How we doing, Sean?
Doing good. We are up and running on YouTube. Everything is smooth sailing so far. Knock on wood.
Jared is one studio away.
What's he doing?
Man, he has been in the podcast room all day.
I left around lunchtime today to hit the sales trail, and he was in there. And then I get back, and he's still in there. The door was closed, and I thought you guys were interviewing. And then I saw you in the lobby, and I was like, well, who's in the Studio C? And that is the hardworking media director, Jared Watkins.
He met me in there at 11 today. Check that, 11:07, because I was late. Do you know why I was late, John?
Why?
Because I got a ticket.
Ooh.
What type of, let's go around the horn. What type of ticket did I get this morning?
I want to say your tags are out.
All right, going tag. Shirley.
I'm going to say speeding.
All right, speeding. Will, what do you got?
Ran a stop sign.
Oh, running a stop sign. All of you are incorrect. Survey set. Seatbelt.
Oh, you're not wearing your seatbelt, man?
What if I said DUI? 11 a.m.
I was drunk.
Seatbelt.
How does a police officer see that from
dude's got vision
from his car before pulling you over? That's usually like an add-on when you get pulled over.
He's got a Hawkeye.
Yeah, I didn't know they did that in 2025. I still think seatbelts should not be mandatory.
Do you usually go no seatbelt?
Probably too much. You know what I said to the officer, and it's my legit excuse? I said I come from a farming family. And we're like just in and out of trucks.
You know what, kid? You're good.
You're going down the dirt road, going down the road. It's just you're in and out.
That's how I learned to drive.
Without a seatbelt?
Without a seatbelt and going about 80 miles per hour down the dirt road.
Down the dirt road. But, I mean, yeah, obviously you should wear your seatbelt. Obviously I should wear mine, but it feels like and I'm not doing it out of protest, not wearing one. I don't know. I didn't think about it this morning, but I feel like it should be a personal choice.
What does a seatbelt ticket run you these days?
I don't know. I didn't see a price on the ticket. I have a court date in August.
Oh.
So I just, I'll hopefully get it taken care of.
What are you in here for? I killed a man.
Because I
robbed a bank. I didn't wear a seatbelt.
If I don't take care of it, I will definitely forget about that. And then I'll get like a failure to appear, and then I'll, I'll need the law services of Slim 80 to help me out.
Talk to Alex Harper.
Talking about
he got out of a ticket, and we'll talk to Alex Harper tomorrow.
Shirley, can you play the Alex Harper video from Pirate Radio?
Yeah, give me just 1 second.
Yeah, because he will be on tomorrow making his final choice. Hashtag the decision. We're going to have kids from the Boys and Girls Club here, like LeBron did when he did the decision.
Okay.
When Alex makes his choice. But earlier today, he came by the Pirate Radio studio. We were down to 5, but he knocked out 2 more in advance of Thursday's decision. Here is that.
What's up, everybody? Alex Harper here. Tomorrow is the NFL draft, but maybe more importantly, tomorrow is the day where I make the biggest decision of my life, the day that I pick my favorite NFL team. We were down to 5. 2 of them are going to be eliminated today. The Lions, and the Vikings are out, mostly because they're too far away. I have an East Coast bias. I'm sorry. That means we're down to 3 teams. The Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tune in tomorrow to Pirate Radio Live for the biggest decision in the history of sports.
The video is out, and if you see that video, you will see 3 fresh lids from Lids. Alex's girlfriend is not happy about this, but he spent
$133.
North of $100 on hats.
And now he did confirm with the employee at Lids that he could return it, get his money back.
He will be returning 2, and obviously keeping the one he selects. But man helped the economy today by spending over $100 on hats. He will be here 3 o'clock on Thursday.
Yeah, he whipped those hats out, and I was like, man, those are nice hats. I was like, that has to cost you quite a bit. And he showed me the receipt.
He's got an email receipt and a physical receipt because he is physical.
He said he definitely wanted to get the confirmation from the employee that he could return these hats. And they said yes.
I wonder if he's going to play any tricks, Chandler, do the hat game with us. Maybe put one on, throw it. You know, is he going to do that tomorrow?
Or maybe, like, knock all of them off the table. And then
that would be shocking.
And then, like, has the hat in his like back pocket or something. I don't know.
Bucks, Bills, Ravens.
I am going Ravens. I think I could see him being a Baltimore Ravens fan.
I was thinking Ravens, Bucks from the beginning. Bills are a wild card.
I feel like it has to be the Ravens just based on everything he's talked about. Location, you know, he's wanted a good team, but not a team that's like winning at an extremely high level to where he's a bandwagon.
He's already got purple in his wardrobe.
Yeah.
Keaton Mitchell. I mean, it makes sense. I'll tell you what, he is a Baker Mayfield stan, though. If you notice me kind of moving my...
I noticed earlier today that you kind of went like this.
Like a turtle.
Like you looked uncomfortable, and then you did it again right before we went on the air, and I was like, do you have a kink in your neck?
I do.
Did you sleep on it wrong?
I reckon. I don't know, man, but it stinks. And so like moving my whole body to look at y'all today.
What'd you say?
If someone calls me, just give me a minute.
I'm sorry, Clint. What did you say?
This swivel chair is good though. I can just.
We need to get like a neck brace.
I mean, I don't. How would that help?
To keep your neck stable, and so you don't move your neck unexpectedly, and.
But would the kink be worked out?
I think so if you keep it straight.
I think so.
I think so.
Let's check in with the chat gang real quick. Jamie says, hey now. News of the day. The Athletics Anonymous Players Yearly Poll voted Charlotte as the worst NBA franchise.
I'm real shocked about that.
Didn't need to see a poll. I did see the players poll had Tyrese Halliburton as the most overrated player in the NBA.
And with that, he is now the most underrated player in the NBA because those polls are voted by the guys on the end of the bench who nobody cares about. So,
wow, harsh.
You can either choose to participate in the poll or not, and I guarantee you nobody making big money cares enough to participate in that poll. Rick Barnes said it.
All right, well, what if like you were polled?
Rick Barnes?
Or Rick Carlisle, the coach of the Pacers. The top 3 on that poll were Tyrese Halliburton, Jimmy Butler, and Giannis.
Well, I mean, who would be the answer then? If it's got to be somebody.
Joel Embiid.
Asked and answered. I mean, Will, what if somebody asked you anonymously who was the most overrated Pirate Radio employee?
None of you. You all are fantastic
Lame.
at your job.
That is so lame.
That's a great answer, though, from an intern.
All that respect that you got from me for telling me to buy you a shirt is now gone.
But at the same time, if somebody asked me who's the most overrated person at Pirate Radio, I would tell them I don't care because it's not important. That's like the players polls don't mean anything.
They don't, but they are fun to read, and
it's bulletin board material.
Like, what if they asked us, Chandler, the most overrated Pirate Radio intern? This could get awkward.
It doesn't matter. It's not important.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you, Dwayne Johnson. Steve Hill's in. He says, sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
He also says, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Jerry says, hello. Hello, Jerry.
Hello.
What's up, Jerry Bear?
Help the bear.
Help the bear.
Pike liked the stream. He said, NCSU prayed for rain. Wonder what is your personal record for praying for rain or praying for no rain? Like, what do you? I'm just curious what people are a lifetime. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, growing up on a farm, we used to pray for rain all the time.
Mm-hmm. How'd it go?
What's the record? I would say I'm above 500.
Nice. The Lane says the Phillies suck. Is it football season yet? I hate to be that guy, but if we just had football and did away with all the other sports, I think I'd be all right. I mean, I'm sorry.
Lane, what makes you a Philly fan? Are you a Sixers fan as well? So Eagles, Phillies.
Hey, Lane, chime in. Let us know.
Hey, chime in.
Because talking about not caring about something, I don't think I could care any less about any topic than why Lane is a Phillies fan.
I'm interested.
Out of all the things in the world to be interested in, that is last on my list. Dead last. Jamie says, don't say anything on air clip whether you wear a seatbelt or not can be used against you in court. All right, now Jamie is my attorney. Anybody else?
We got a birthday boy in the chat. It's time to sing. You missed somebody, unless you did say him.
What we got?
Today is PJ's birthday.
PJ says hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, man, I need to check, see when Corey Glory's getting in town. Corey's back in town.
Corey's back in town.
It's PJ's birthday?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do a 2x speed version of Happy Birthday for PJ. Are you ready? A 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear PJ. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, PJ.
Happy birthday. Sean, no ECU baseball yesterday. Oh, we got basketball news.
Basketball.
We got a dude. Hey, what you got cooking over there in that fryer?
Chicken wings.
What's in that fryer?
We got a guy from Providence.
We got a Providence fryer. What is this gentleman's name?
Eli DeLaurier.
Eli DeLaurier.
Eli DeLaurier.
He sounds like he could be a good player.
6'10", redshirt freshman, forward. Gonna kind of play into that CJ Walker role. He'd probably play more of the true 5 because he doesn't have from what I've seen, he doesn't have the true shooting ability. But him and Reed Kaysen will be a nice duo. And Travion LeBeau at the 4. It should be a pretty good front court for the Pirates.
All right. We got any shooters?
Not any pure shooters.
Can he shoot? That's what I want at East Carolina.
He just said he couldn't, Chandler. Pay
Oh, really?
attention.
I haven't seen the true shooting. He only averaged a point and a rebound per game for Providence. But
1-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want at East Carolina.
What, a guy that goes 1-1?
No, a tall shooter. A tall, big man that can shoot threes.
Well, yeah.
Give them to me all day long.
But we'll see. I'm not saying he can shoot. I'm saying I haven't seen it.
Okay.
So he might be
Say
able
that
to...
he can't shoot so he can prove you wrong next year.
All right. Well, I guess Eli DeLauria can't shoot.
We haven't seen, I guess, much of anything from him if he averaged 1 point and 1 rebound.
No, I saw some stuff, I guess, on the AAU circuit before. He's only a redshirt freshman, so he's been there 1 year.
Honestly, we really need more information. We should probably read the book of Eli.
You know what? That wasn't bad.
Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, Sean.
I feel bad for you, man.
Why? I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems. A stiff neck is one.
Because,
hit me.
You had that joke and nobody laughed, so you kind of just looked over like, is anybody going to laugh?
Dude, that awkward silence after a bad joke, you would think it hurts me. But
it feels good.
Yeah.
It happens to me all the time.
You know the feeling, right? Something about it feels good.
I tell bad jokes on purpose to get that silence.
Right. Yeah.
I yearn for it.
I am not a UNCW guy. I got to say, Ken Wallington's looking sharp.
They've got some
in
good
that shirt.
They've got some good swag.
That's a nice teal.
They've got some good swag.
What's the Pantone on that? I need to know the Pantone on Ken Watlington's
What is
shirt.
that?
Isn't that the color, the scientific number color, whatever?
Yeah, it's like each shade of color, I guess, has a different number.
You only have one shade of color.
Well, I think black is like all F's. Or
Pantone 18-5616TCX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just all the different shades. You ever go to a Lowe's, a Home Depot?
Yeah.
And look at the paint and see all the
different colors,
all the fun colors,
the different Pantones,
Enough on Pantones. Let's take a break. Ken Wallington will join us. Mike Maniscalco will join us. Ken was rocking like a hurricane on Sunday, and last night was not there, but Bill Belichick was. Oh my God, Alan Thomas had the most rando.
Yeah. Well, he posted with this guy the other day, I believe, here in town. We had just saw him, and he's hanging out with this guy. And this guy ended up being the siren sounder for the Hurricanes. Petey Pablo!
Raise up. Uh-oh, I got a text from Name Redacted.
Whoa!
It says your boy Will needs to scout the tape a bit better. He needs to read that book of Eli that I was talking about.
I watched tape from high school, so I don't...
Just the fact that you've watched any tape, I'm proud of you, Will.
I looked up his name, and that was all I could find. So.
Yeah. Well, this guy's got the advanced tape, apparently.
Yeah, no, if anybody knows, it's probably him. So.
We'll take a break, come back. Ken Watlington, Mike Maniscalco, and more after these words.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
Looking for an
adventure that's refreshing in more ways than one? Welcome to River Vibes, where nature meets flavor. Freely paddle through the stunning Pamlico River on one of our kayaks or stand-up paddle boards. After your adventure, cool down with one of our mouth-watering smoothies, refreshers, boba teas, or fresh juices. Plus, grab some awesome River Vibes gear to remember the day. River Vibes, where every moment is a splash of fun. Visit us in historic downtown Washington or on Facebook or Instagram. Ride, relax, and refresh at River Vibes.
We're inside the Pirate Radio studios with our friends from QC Kinetics. Don, who are the people that need these services?
If you have arthritis, partial ligament tears, bulging or herniated discs in your back or neck, golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, and other joint and soft tissue issues, come see us at QC Kinetics and we can get you back in the game of life without surgery, drugs, or downtime.
Don, give us the number.
252-765-PAIN. 252-765-PAIN.
That's QC Kinetics.
Hey, Pirate Nation. This is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. New spring arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates.
It's time for a family fun barbecue fundraiser to support Riley's Army and families facing pediatric cancer. Join us Sunday, May 4th from 3 o'clock to 6 p.m. at QC Kinetics and treat you and your family to a barbecue dinner provided by Beaker's Brisket. Individual plates are $15 and family meals are four for only $50. Everyone who purchases a meal or donates will have the chance to enter an exciting raffle. We can't do it alone. We need an army. Order or donate online now at Riley'sArmy.com.
Hey Pirates, it's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. It's time for bats, balls, and turkey calls. Working on that grand slam? Swing into turkey season with a perfect shotgun to knock that gobbler out of the park. Rite, Mossberg, Weatherby, Savage, Beretta, Rossi, CVA, and Browning, you name it, we've got it. Choose from the largest selection in Eastern NC. We'll make you blow fans away. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Make a fresh start in your home this spring and save at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Reimagine your space and save on fresh finds for every room. Save on a wide selection of the freshest looks and styles. Hundreds of items in stock, plus 6 months special financing. Save up to 70% off all clearance items. Start your better sleep journey this spring on a comfortable mattress with over 30 models to choose from with up to 48 months special financing. Spring into savings today at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates.
Pirate Radio.
Ahoy there, mateys!
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
Is he calling us? No, he is calling to someone named Matey. My name is not Matey.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. You can kick off the week on Mondays with sports trivia, test your knowledge with Clip Rock. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it's acoustic nights. Thursdays, it's Singo and karaoke. And, of course, you can get your groove on with the best live music every Saturday and Sunday. If you want to keep up with the latest, just go to their Facebook page or Instagram page, and we will see you at the Buck. And is your office printer on the fritz? Well, don't wait days for a repair. Contact the professionals at CopyPro, where they promise fast 3-hour service on all of your office printing devices. Contact Walker Allen Voliva today for a free office printing analysis to help you cut costs and boost efficiency. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 756-3175. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. I like throwing out some On This Day in Sports when I host sports trivia at the Buccaneer Music Hall or Overtime Tavern, which will be there tonight. On This Day in Sports, brought to you by Ron Ayers Motorsports. On this day in 1939, he hit his first home run for the Boston Red Sox. Would anybody like to guess? Who's an old Red Sox legend?
Ted Williams.
Ted Williams, the last player to hit 400 in a season, is correct. Ken Watlington joins us here from WNTT Channel 9. How we doing, Ken?
What's going on, Clip?
Canes playoff hockey.
I love it.
Braves winning.
Braves won today. Eli White with the big home run. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? We will talk some hockey now with Mike Maniscalco, voice of the Carolina Hurricanes, joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Mike, we always appreciate your time talking to us during the playoff season. How you doing today, sir?
Doing really well, Clip. It's best time of year.
No doubt, and man, just every year I wonder, like, has it peaked? Will it be loud and rowdy and in Raleigh like it always is? Ken, you can attest to it. You were there for Game 1, right?
Game 1 was wild from 30 minutes before the puck dropped. Just a great atmosphere. It always is in the playoffs, and oftentimes it is in the regular season, but just feels different in the playoffs. And it also helps when they win. Yeah. They win convincingly, which they've done both games so far.
Yeah, last night got down 1-0, but then Mike in that second period went on a flurry, just about scored 3 goals in a span of a short time, but did not cross the line. But got it going there in the second, and once again, the house was rocking.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we've come to expect out of this team and what Rod Brindamore has instilled in them. And, look, this is a good team. I know that when people look at how the season goes and, they don't win the division, or if there's a losing streak here and there, you get some hand-wringing. But the way that they're built, and they're a team that's built for the postseason. And I think we're starting to see that here in these first 2 games against New Jersey.
Mike, let's talk about Freddie Anderson a little bit. I think I heard you guys mention in the broadcast last night, since he came back from injury, he had not started consecutive games. He's done that Game 1, Game 2, played excellent. What have you seen from him in these first 2 games that really gives you hope that maybe he can have a productive playoff run?
Well, let's talk a lot about Freddie Anderson because he's been brilliant in those first 2 games. And, yeah, this is the first time this year he's played back-to-back. For me, for a guy his size, it's his economy of motion. Like, there's nothing wasted. He's not flailing. And how he moves from post to post in the crease, big guys are supposed to be a little clunkier, right, to get that way. He moves like a small goaltender, and he covers so much ground when he gets there. And for Freddie, I don't think it's ever been a question about the ability. It's always been the question of his availability and his confidence. And right now, after these 2 games, his confidence should be sky high. Game 1, he really wasn't taxed in the first or second period. New Jersey made a push in the third. But yesterday, even though he only faced 2 more shots in Game 2 than what he faced in Game 1, it felt like it was a heavier workload. Like the high danger chances for the Devils were greater. And, for him, it looked like practice. And that's when I know that Frederik Andersen is locked in, that it doesn't look like work for him. He makes it look easy. That being said, I think that the coaching staff and goaltending coach, Paul Schoenfelder, who has a big input on which goaltender gets the start or who's going to play or if there's a rotation, they're going to be mindful about, Freddie didn't really play the whole season. He missed a bulk of the year. He had to have a procedure done. And, we're only told lower body now. And, that's when you're covering sports and they give you lower body, upper body, or mid body. And we got to guess from there. But for Freddie, I think that if the Canes start him in Game 3 and they go up 3-0, I wouldn't be shocked to see them turn to Pyotr Kochetkov in Game 4. Or if they want to, give Freddie a little bit more time off because it's weird start times, Friday night at 8 o'clock and then Sunday at 3:30. So it's a quicker turnaround. If you want to rest Frederik Andersen, I wouldn't be shocked with that. But the way he's playing right now, there's no reason not to think he won't be in goal on Friday night for Carolina.
Mike Maniscalco joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Canes up 2-0. They now head to New Jersey for Game 3. Yesterday we talked to former Pirate Radio intern Brooks Hill, now the play-by-play voice for the Binghamton Black Bears, as he is starting his hockey calling career. And talked to Caniac Brooks about this team, Mike, and basically asked, you got Aho, Svechnikov, you know those names. Slavin is as good as it gets defensively, but when I watch him, I mean, it really feels like you could get hurt by a number of guys. The captain stall. I mean, just so many. It feels like they come at you in waves. And is that how this team is, Mike? When you call them game in, game out, that there could be a different star every night for this team.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they're built. And I've used this cliche clip, I think, almost every time I talk about the Canes, but they are the sum is greater than the parts. Now, you do have Seth Jarvis, who's a 30-goal scorer, and Sebastian Aho, who's over 70 points again, and Jackson Blake, a rookie who started to make his name this year with 17 goals. But really, when the Canes are humming, they're rolling four lines, and it's Eric Robinson one night or Mark Jankowski the next, who they picked up at the trade deadline, and now Logan Stankoven. You add him into the mix, who's a super talented young player that they got from Dallas with the whole Mikko Rantanen saga that went on. But then they're kind of those old standbys. You mentioned Jordan Staal and the experience he has, and then you get to the postseason, and Jordan Martinook is built for playoff hockey. And for whatever reason, I don't know if the Devils did something to him or his friends, but he now has 12 points in 7 playoff games against the New Jersey Devils. He just takes it to a different level against New Jersey. But that's the key. And the bigger thing that's happened in the first 2 games that was kind of missing this year from Carolina, which was one of the hallmarks of them being one of the elite teams, was getting a bunch of goals from the blue line. They didn't get as many goals this year from the back end as they normally get, but you get Jalen Chatfield kicking off the playoff scoring in Game 1, Shane Gostisbehere getting the tying goal yesterday, which was a huge goal at the time. So now the defense is starting to pop in some pucks. So that's the key. It's never, and don't get me wrong, it's great if you have an Austin Matthews or a Connor McDavid that you can say, go out and score, and they do it almost every time they're on the ice. But for the Canes, the strength is always going to be, it's like trying to fight the tide. They just keep coming after you, and you can't stop it because, the next wave after the next wave keeps coming after you. That's when they're at their best.
Talk a little bit more about Martinook's goal last night, the shorthanded goal. What's been the difference on the penalty kill for the Canes? Because they were really aggressive last night and obviously get the goal headed the other way. What's been the difference killing penalties so far this series?
You know what? The easy answer for me is there's absolutely no difference. Like, you take a look, they were the number 1 penalty killers during the regular season. And I have the easiest job in the world, guys, because this team does the same thing every night, and it's good. They don't do the same bad things every night. You know what I mean? They don't do hardly anything where you walk out of it going, well, gee, that was odd that the Canes played like that. Everything they do is structured to be at their best and to come after the other team. And the penalty kill, they're just so aggressive. I think the honest answer is they didn't change anything. This is what they do. They take advantage. They force the team on the power play into bad situations where they have to give up the puck. When there is a scoring chance, the goalie makes the save. But you have guys on the back end in Jacob Slavin or Brent Burns or Dmitry Orlov or, Sean Walker, who if they get the puck, and depending on the forward group who's out there, if it's Sebastian Aho and Seth Jarvis, they know those guys are going to go and try to get some offense. And you're going to be able to normally get a player who's usually a forward having to play in a defensive spot, and they take advantage of that. But they just have this aggressive mindset. They don't sit there and say, all right, well, we're going to keep everything on the outside, but we're not really going to pressure you. No, they come right after you. They attack, and they are as the word that I keep looking for is they are as tenacious on the penalty kill as most teams are on the power play. And that's why this PK is so special and a difference maker. It's really a weapon for the Hurricanes here in the postseason.
On the flip side of that, what's it going to take for them to break through on the power play?
That's a good one. I think for me, and I'll put this in basketball terms because I'm a big believer in this. If you stand around on offense, you don't get anything done in basketball, right? It's easy to defend because you know where everybody is. So just better puck movement on the power play. And they were starting to get that, and they got a power play goal in Game 1. But it's funny because they got it at the back end of a power play where the first minute and 20, it didn't look very good at all, and they went to the second group, and they're the ones who score the goal. So for me, it's really just moving without the puck, making yourself available, forcing the penalty killers for the Devils to chase you around. And that's how you can hopefully get a couple of goals, because what you want to do is you want to get the penalty killers on one side of the rink. You want to get the goaltender leaning to the other side, and you move the puck well enough where you can take advantage of the seams that are left because they're down a player.
Mike Maniscalco joining us. Mike, I had a bit of the Canes fever last night, so I was searching out more and more content and found an interview with Logan Stankoven, with the Spittin' Chicklets guys. And I forget, I don't realize as a novice how much these guys are lifers, or they talk about putting on the skates at 2 and 3 years old, and talked about juniors. And he mentioned knowing Jackson Blake when basically they were kids playing hockey. And it's nice, Mike, that we've got these veterans, these names we've had for a while, but then you throw in a 22-year-old Stankoven, a 21-year-old Blake, and I don't know the contract situations, but a nice influx of youth to go with the veterans, and it really makes it a well-rounded team, it seems like.
That's the great job that the front office has been able to do, where they've been able to blend these young players with some of the guys who have been here now for 7, 8, 9 years with the Canes. And, you have to do that. You have to, I think, find that mix of injecting that new blood, those young players into the lineup to go with the veterans. And then it goes back and forth. The veterans teach them how to be pros, and the young players give you a little bit of that jump that you need, that spark. So, again, we take it for granted. Seth Jarvis isn't all that old, guys. But, he's been in the league now 4 years, so it feels like he's been around forever. In this case, to get a player like Logan Stankoven, who the Dallas Stars were super high on and were expecting him to be a big contributor to their team for years, and to get the rookie year out of Jackson Blake that this team got, this is the success for Carolina. They to tie this to a different team, the New York Islanders let one of the brighter hockey minds of the last 30 years, Lou Lamoriello, go. Now, Lou is in his 80s, but, the Islanders, they didn't get younger. They just kept hanging on to the same core. And at some point, if that's not the group that's winning Stanley Cups, you age out. And that's what happened with the Islanders, where the Canes, they just keep infusing new players into the lineup. And sometimes that comes at the expense of guys who are popular, and not just popular, but good players bordering on great players like Brett Pesce. It's weird for me to talk about Brett Pesce blocking a shot of Jordan Stahl or Jacob Slavin for all the years that he wore a Hurricanes jersey, and now he's in a Devils jersey. But that's been the key for the Hurricanes. They've been able to turn over the roster where they can, spend wisely, and lock up certain players to long-term deals that are, you look at them now on a spreadsheet, and they're super team-friendly deals to keep this thing rolling the way that it has for the last 7 years.
Mike, a couple more and we'll let you run. We really appreciate your time here on this Wednesday. Question from the YouTube, Mike asking, will we see Alexander, and I'll let you handle the last name, Nikishin,
I believe,
suit up for the Hurricanes?
You'd be correct. Oh, yeah, eventually we will. Oh, is he's talking about right now?
Yeah.
No, he's not signed to a deal.
Okay.
Eric Tulsky, the general manager, had a press conference today via Zoom. They've agreed to terms, but they have not put pen to paper. And there is a lot of, how can I put it, a lot of contract gymnastics that go with that, because if Nikishin signs the deal that's on the table, he's not able to go to the AHL and play with the Chicago Wolves in the playoffs, which is something that the Canes are kicking around. And, I know that everybody loves the shiny new toy, and, you want to see what this guy can do. And, everything that he has done in the KHL, where he's been playing for the last few years, where he's been the best defenseman, or if not the best defenseman, the second best defenseman in that league. And, everything about him, he's physical, he's big. I've seen him. He looks the part. I've seen him in a couple of practices. And when people ask me, how does he look? I give him the same answer clip. He looks like a hockey player. Well, it's a good thing. It's to him looking like a tennis player or a pickleball player. So those are good things to me. But people, when they're asking, are you going to see him? The answer is I don't know. But I think it would take some severely catastrophic events for Nikishin to get signed and then get into the lineup. And remember, as good as he is in the KHL, there's a language barrier. His English is limited because he's spent his entire life in Russia. The game is different. It's a bigger surface. It's not as physical a league as the NHL is. And playoff hockey in the NHL is a completely different event than what you see for games 1 through 82. He's got to learn this new system. There's a lot. And there are the few guys who can jump right in. I mean, I can probably count them on 2 or 3 fingers who can jump right into the playoffs and have not played a single regular season NHL game. But the Canes, and I tell this to everybody, if they felt he was the best option they have to help them win the Stanley Cup, he would be on the ice playing. But they want to make sure that when they put Alexander Nikishin on the ice, he is ready to be that guy to really help them win.
Mike Maniscalco joining us. Mike, we'll let you run, but first, I should have given you a heads up on this one. I'm going to put you on the spot. Saw the great Greenville legend, Petey Pablo, at the game last night. Will Wade was on the siren recently. Who's your dream siren sounders, Mike? Can you give me a lineup of 3? They don't have to be from North Carolina, but who would be your lineup for sounding the siren?
I mean, you got to do something that fires up the crowd, and I think there has to be some of those ties that go with it. And the one thing you can't do right now because he's coaching the team is Rod Brindamore. I'd like to see Rod do it because I'm pretty sure he'd rip the handle off the siren. He would put a whole weight training program in, and he would be ready to go. So Rod is definitely high on that list of who I'd like to see sound the siren.
That's awesome.
I mean, if we're going to go, let's get Phillip Rivers, NC State legend. Let's get Phil in here. And, Phil, and he can have his, what does he have, 15 children? So they can all take a turn spinning it. So
there you go.
That would work out really well. And just because, and I know that I'm pandering to Pirate Radio, and just because he is one of my favorite people on planet Earth, I don't know how this will go over with all of you guys, but Steve Logan, because I would love to talk to Steve afterwards, the former ECU coach, because I've tried to get Steve to a hockey game. He's like, nope, I'm going to be playing my guitar, guys.
Drinking wine and
drinking wine and playing my guitar. I think Steve would give everything he has just to do it, just so I can say that I got Steve to a hockey game.
That's a hell of a lineup, Mike. Well done with that answer. I like the idea of Rod while he's a coach. Would that not fire up the entire arena if Rod's up there? Maybe shirt off, that'd be great.
Trust me, there is no way on this planet you would get Rod to do anything that would distract him from coaching a playoff game. Nothing. I mean, it'd be like, Rod, we need you. There's a burning building of orphan kittens. And he's like, well, that's the fire department is there, guys. So,
well, Mike, I don't know how it would work logistically, but have you ever sounded the siren? How quickly could you make it back to the booth if you did that?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I can't now, but I did in a former lifetime when I was on the radio.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool.
I'm going to tell you guys, it's intense. It's not easy. You got to commit, and once you start getting that siren cranked, you got to stay on it. You can't let up, and you got people counting on you to keep that noise going.
Is it like a first pitch where people grading your spin, where they?
Oh yeah, it's way more nerve wracking than what it should possibly. Because I've thrown out first pitches before, and the one time I threw out a first pitch, they didn't give me, and I won't blame the Durham Bulls for this, but I will. They didn't give us the real baseballs, so they gave us those really hard
plastic kind of feeling
coated ones we'd have as kids, that are super slick. And I'm like, I threw it, and I threw a curveball, and that was not my intent. And the guy behind the plate goes, you got to let me know if you're throwing the deuce. I'm like, I haven't snapped a curveball in 20 years. I have no idea where that came from. So
there you go.
Blame the baseball.
Awesome stuff, Mike. Appreciate you joining us, man. That was a lot of fun. Looking forward to your call coming up in Game 3. Have a great rest of the playoffs, and looking forward to catching up with you again down the road, man.
You got it. And remember, 8 o'clock in New Jersey. There's no place I'd rather be on a Friday night.
That's where it's all going down.
Tell me you picked up the sarcasm. Yeah, thank you.
See you, Mike. There he is. Mike Maniscalco joining us today. Did y'all watch the Canes last night, Sean?
I did.
Man, it was fun.
I'm fired up. I feel bad because I don't watch them during the regular season.
I know. I feel a bit phony, but I always say I'm a novice. I check in with their record, how they're doing, but it's amazing how locked in I get for the playoffs. It is like every play takes your breath away.
Every goal. When they went down 1-0, I'm like, oh man, they're not going to pull it out tonight.
And the thing about
boom, boom.
I'm sorry. And the thing about hockey is that unless they get a break or it's the intermission, do not take your eyes off the game. I went to the bathroom for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And they scored and made it 2-1.
I remember during the playoffs a couple years ago, I walked into my kitchen as they're playing. They score a goal. I'm like, I'm just going to stand here for a while. And I think I stood in my kitchen the rest of the game.
For 7 more goals. You talked about the penalty kill, Ken. The Canes, a bit against the norm last night. Usually you're swatting it out of the zone.
Yeah.
I think they had one where the Devils had it on the Canes, in the Canes side for like a minute and 40 seconds, and it was just Freddie making saves.
Yep.
It was awesome, man.
And
he was incredible.
They're relentless. And Mike said it. They've been that way all year. It just seems like last night it was on another level.
Yeah.
And then they get the puck loose. They had the other way, and Jordan Martinook with an absolute snipe for a goal, shorthanded. Just phenomenal stuff.
Look at us, hockey guys. J-Bone, welcome in. You a hockey guy?
No. Hey-o, no.
I tell you what, if the Canes keep winning, I predict you'll be on board by round 2 or 3.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, you asked me yesterday if the game got canceled, would I head over to the Lenovo Center? And the last thing I would do leaving a baseball game is go to a hockey game. I was going the hell home.
Wow. Dude, okay. All right. I know you got an edge to you.
An edge?
I'm just glad to see you out of the Studio C.
Yeah, I'm also glad to be out of Studio C.
Were you in there for like 2 hours?
2 hours?
I would say about 4.5.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 hours.
From 11 to 3:30, just about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, we got a lot of great shows here at Pirate Radio, and it's an honor to produce them.
And a privilege, or just an honor?
Just an honor. Privilege. A privilege as well.
The Zach Agnos interview is up on Pirate Radio TV. If you want to watch that, you can, or you can listen to it coming up at 4 o'clock. He's a stud.
Great stuff.
Enjoyed catching up with him.
Great conversation.
Yeah.
Him and Jake both are just fun to talk to.
Yep. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back more K-Dub as we wrap up hour number 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Who is your siren sounder of choice? Jamie says Michael Jordan.
Oh, for sure.
Try to think of some good ECU-related ones or other athletes with North Carolina ties. Back with you, PRL, after this.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is announcing the Freedom of Choice pricing program. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has incentives up to $11,000 on Ram trucks, or you can choose employee pricing on a new Ram. Choose savings up to $9,000 on a new Jeep or employee pricing. It's Freedom of Choice pricing for a limited time in Washington. Visit WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com and go see Kyle Gaines and the great staff on Highway 264 in Washington. Drive a little, save a lot.
Warm up with our winter savings at the Beaufort Hotel. Plan your winter escape and save up to 20% off. The premier vacation destination on the Crystal Coast is nestled on 10 acres and overlooks the Rachel Carson Reserve, home to 30 wild horses. Discover why Beaufort was named the best small town for adventure by USA Today when you stay at the Beaufort Hotel, where your Outer Banks adventure begins. Visit BeaufortHotelNC.com or call 252-728-3000.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends. UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
What's going on, y'all? This is your man, Petey Pablo, and right now you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Raise up!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines have added a new early morning flight that's available now. You can book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. PGV, where the Pirates fly. And do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa for a free consultation and ask about their newest technologies and treatments. Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Well, welcome back. Shirley Rhodes, Will, J-Bone, Chandler, Ken. I thought about three siren sounders representing NC State, North Carolina, and East Carolina. But you'll have to bear with me. Like, one would be good 20 years ago, one 15 years ago, and one 5 years from now.
Oh.
They still all might be good currently, but the first one I thought of, NC State ties, but Bill Cowher.
Oh, yeah.
He's done it before, ain't he?
Probably so. Probably so. But spit flying, like, then he's making that face and the stash.
That's a good one.
Representing North Carolina, a coked up Lawrence Taylor.
Yes.
Can you imagine the intensity?
Yeah. Maybe a Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed.
He would be fun.
Yeah.
Hansborough.
Nah. Well, he might break it. He would get booed.
Yeah,
for sure.
Relentlessly. For East Carolina, 4 or 5 years from now, after he's been to a couple of All-Star games. But can you imagine the country-fed hands of Gavin Williams cranking that thing?
Big Gav.
And just the size. He
would be too shy to do that.
Yeah. One of my all-time favorite Pirate Radio pictures. I was sitting here. He was sitting there where you are, Chandler. And he either looks like my giant toddler son, or I look like his adult kid. Like, he is such a big human. And it looked comical, him sitting beside me. And he is off to a good start. Had a great game against the Yankees the other day. Ken.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I just like saying your name sometimes.
All right, I got some
Pam.
off-the-wall siren
Pam.
sounders.
I think I like the name Pam.
Pan or Pam?
Pam.
All right, good.
These are not athletes, but they have ties to North Carolina. One is the gentleman who plays Dexter.
Okay.
That guy?
Went to high school with Troy Dreyfus.
Troy Dreyfus' friend.
Michael C. Hall.
Yeah.
People would like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And how about one Zach Galifianakis?
That's who I was going to go with.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That
I'm
would
sure
be
there's
kind of
others.
a low key, but I like the idea of going with non-sports North Carolina
Yeah.
people.
That way you
'Cause I was
can
trying to think of
alienate
that.
a fan base somehow.
I was trying to think about that, and I was like, Sandra Bullock wouldn't be good.
Sandy Boo.
Beth Grant probably wouldn't get the crowd fired up.
Who else is from North Carolina?
Vince McMahon.
I was going to go Vince McMahon. Get Vince up there. You're fired.
Up.
Fired.
Up. You guys got any?
I was just gonna say like Ric Flair, Matt and Jeff
Yeah.
Hardy.
Been there. Oh, Jeff, little Jeff Hardy action. Will?
I was kind of leaning towards the Hardys.
Thank you. All right.
Chris Johnson up there.
Yeah. R.J. Felton after a few All-Star games.
Is that who you thought I was talking about?
Yeah. That's why I shook
After
my
a
head.
few NBA dunk contest wins.
Had a good tournament up in Portsmouth. Now he's going to be an NBA All-Star.
Yeah.
You never know.
That's the path, Ken.
You never know.
Baycott.
Armando.
He's not doing anything.
He tore up the G League.
Did he?
Making $20,000 a year. But
Hey, that's good money.
Major pay cut
for real.
from North Carolina.
Let's get Mac Brown's old ass up there.
He's going to be busy, this new college game day host.
Oh, is he? Well, I wouldn't say.
Taking over for Lee Corso.
Taking out one corpse, putting in
I
another.
just totally made that up. But I could see it happening.
Okay.
I could see it happening.
I believed you.
He was on game day.
I believe you, kid. That's him. Mac to college game day.
Yeah, we do need a Corsa. We need a fill-in.
He was on College Game Day for a bit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I wonder if he goes back to
Oh, yeah,
television.
he eats up the TV stuff. He'll be back.
Ken, how about are you going to Ireland in 2026 to see North Carolina?
You know, I would love to go back to Dublin. I was there this
Back to
summer.
Dublin. Listen to this.
Huge flex, bro. Listen, I was there last summer. We left the morning of the Florida State
That's
Georgia
right, I
Tech game.
remember that, yeah.
So the couple of days we were there, all the Tech and Florida State fans came in, and it was just a huge party, and it was so much fun. Pat McAfee was doing his show from one of the pubs there, and yeah, I want to go back. Yes, absolutely. For that game or any game, I'll go back.
Places like that just don't seem worth it.
Oh, it's worth it.
Like Dublin.
Yes. And I had the same thing. I had no expectations of the city whatsoever. My friend was like, we'll do a couple of days in London, which I was so excited about. Then we'll do Dublin. I'm like, fine. It was amazing. Amazing.
Jared's a big Zebulon, Dunn, Bun guy.
Yeah.
Dublin?
Greenville, 5 counties.
All right, K-Dub, what's going on Channel 9 other than great sports reporting by Zach Kaplan?
That's a stretch.
Brian Bailey selling snacks at State. That's right.
It's not Kaplan.
He had to do a live shot from concession stand yesterday.
There was a lightning, delay before the game. Well, the game that never happened. They were like, you had to evacuate the stadium. So he hid in the concession stand and went live.
Oh, wow. Got all the M&Ms he can handle.
He said Cracker
did.
Jacks and Wolfpack snacks.
He did.
That Brian
On
Bailey.
live TV.
He's the best.
It's like he's been
What
doing
a
this for
card.
40 years.
What a card he is. All right, good stuff, Ken. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate y'all as always.
I was excited you would be joining us for the hockey chat because I know you're a fan and you know more about it than I do. So that was fun.
Great questions.
Yeah.
Hey, you should go on TV.
Dude, you got a future in this.
It's doubtful.
Hey, you keep it up and you'll make it, kid.
Maybe by the time I'm 90.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. My chat with Zach Agnos. Had fun catching up with him earlier today. You'll hear that when we return, talking about his Major League Baseball debut. Back with you after this.
Get ready to run for a reason. Join us for the Raleigh's Army Fun Run on Sunday, April 27th at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Wildwood Park in Greenville. A day full of fitness, family, and fun, all for an incredible cause. Only $15 to register or $30 including a t-shirt. Whether you're walking, running, or cheering from the sidelines, every step supports local children battling cancer. Mark your calendar, grab your sneakers, and be a hero in your hometown. Register now at RileysArmy.com because no one fights alone.
I'm Morgan Ehlers here with Brian Cook. He's the comptroller with Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. This time of year, the automobile business really starts picking up, and you guys have a tremendous inventory.
Yeah, we stocked up on over 30 cars this week after having a pretty good end of the February. We're looking to create opportunities for customers that are ready to buy this time of year, take care of all your automotive needs right here in Greenville at Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. Willing to earn your trust one vehicle at a time, one day at a time.
Greenville Motor Company and the new Greenville Auto World. Go online at driveherenow.com.
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in the NC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kid Scene.
Y'all come get bucked up. Looking for your new favorite hangout? Come on down to Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room in downtown Greenville, where the drinks are cold, the food is fire, and the fun never stops. Check us out every night at 7 for our special events. Tuesday night is Singo, Wednesday Hollywood Trivia, Thursday's Kahoot Night, and Fridays is Tunes and Taps starting at 7 p.m. Don't miss Yappy Hour, Thursday through Saturday 4 to 7, where we serve up half-priced apps from the toolbox. Make sure to check out our new menu featuring the taco wrap, North Carolina Cowboy flatbread, and buffalo loaded chips. Check out our Facebook page for more information. Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room, where good times are always on tap.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Let's get a quick check-in on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by The Bug.
The Bug.
The Mets are losing to the Phillies 3-2. That score in the 10th inning. Yankees win.
The Yankees win.
They beat the Guardians 5-1. Red Legs over the Marlins 5-2. Didn't the Cincinnati Reds used to be called like the Red Stockings?
I was about to ask, what is the Red Legs?
Yeah, it used to be the Cincinnati Red Stockings.
Huh.
Now, did they become the Reds? Yes. Since 1882, they have been the Reds.
Was Stockings canceled?
Yeah. When the show Silk Stockings came out.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that seems about right.
You don't know that. I need somebody here, as I slowly turn my head, to know what Silk Stockings is. But y'all were too young.
That's a TV show.
It came on after Raw sometimes.
Oh, USA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like, I feel like they would open up with an erotic scene.
Oh, it was that kind of show.
To get the viewers in.
Yeah, it's like a cable TV version of the Red Shoe Diaries if you ever watched that on HBO.
And there was a murder mystery involved with it.
Oh.
So, big fan of that program.
Sex and murder, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what more could you want?
I mean, the latter's kind of... Ooh.
Way to take a stance there.
Not a fan of murder.
Not a fan of murder.
What murder?
Look at my podcast history. It's all murder. And sports and comedy.
Hey, yeah, it's a good mix.
If you can get all those together, I call that an O.J. Simpson.
I think
because he was in Naked Gun.
Yeah.
He played football.
Yeah.
And was acquitted.
Acquitted of murder.
Of murder.
Have you ever seen The Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis?
I know the film. Wasn't there a gun on the field or something?
Yeah, some guy is in gambling debt, so he shoots a bunch of the players and then himself.
Yeah.
While he's running for a touchdown.
What?
Yeah, that's like the opening scene.
He's to the 20, to the 10. Shots fired.
It's crazy because like it opens up with Hank Williams Jr. singing "Are you ready for some football?" Some Monday Night Football, and then it's that guy like killing all his teammates and opposing players, and then himself.
Spoiler alert.
And then Bruce Willis's wife cheating on him in the next scene.
Okay,
it's a fine film.
Here we go. PJ says Mitzi Capture and Rob Estes. They were the stars of Silk Stockings. Jamie says it was a great show for a young man to fast forward through. All right. Appreciate y'all knowing the great Silk Stockings. Boy, great segue into Zach Agnos.
Yes.
Murder, sports, comedy. Here's Zach Agnos.
Really appreciate Zach giving us some time. Been kind of talking to him since Sunday, trying to find a good time to chat with him. We were able to do so earlier today. Also, texted a little bit with Jake last night to try to get some embarrassing stories on Zach. He didn't give me much, but enough. So we talked about that as well. Here's my chat with the Colorado Rockies reliever. Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, Colorado Rockies reliever Zach Agnos joining us. What a story and what a road he has been through. We'll talk about it now. Zach, good to see you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me on. It's always good talking to you, Clip.
Yes, sir. Man, we had a lot of fun when you joined us for baseball season a couple years ago, and how things have changed since then. I just want to talk about the last 5 days or so, Zach. So when exactly did you get the news that you would be moving up to the big league club?
I got it Saturday night, about like 4:00, and immediately called my mom. And then after I told her, well, she was with Jake and then a couple other family members. And then once I called her, I called everybody else and kind of filled them in. It was awesome. You know, you always see all those guys and get called into the office and they kind of get a trick played on them, but mine was pretty simple. Mine was hey, pack your stuff up, you're going to the big leagues. And I was kind of just in shock, and I honestly don't know if it's settled in yet because it's so cool being up here and flying on the plane and being around the guys, going out to dinner with the guys. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I should mention Zach joining us live from a Kansas City hotel, getting ready for
That's right.
Royals or Rockies baseball coming up later on. So you had no idea, Zach, that this might be coming.
No, not at all. I mean, I knew we had a doubleheader that day, and I knew that they could bring up another pitcher, but from my understanding was that pitcher had to be sent down immediately after the second game of the doubleheader. So they weren't going to add me on the 40-man and then just send me back down. So I was like, oh, okay, it's not going to be me. I'm not a 40-man guy, whatever. And so they did call up someone else for that doubleheader game, and then they just called me up. I had no idea why. It's just they called me, and I was like, all right, let's go. Let's do it. So
So you knew at that time, did they say, hey, you're going to be throwing tonight or tomorrow night?
No. So funny story. I get called up. They're like, hey, you have a flight tomorrow at 7 a.m., and then we got a doubleheader against the Nats. You're not going to be activated for the first game, but you're going to be activated for the second game. So go to the team hotel, get some sleep, set your alarm for like 1 o'clock, get to the field in the fourth inning of the first game. So I'm like, all right, sweet. Like, that sounds good. Didn't sleep at all the night before, maybe an hour. I was just so excited. And then I get on the plane, sleep for like 20 minutes. Then I took the train to the hotel because you can take the train from the airport pretty much right to the stadium, and the hotel's right there. And just shower, I get in bed, and I'm like, oh, man, this feels so nice. Lay down, and then like I was like asleep, but like not really. I could hear things, so I heard my phone buzzing, didn't think much of it. And then I heard a knock on the door, and I'm like, all right, check my phone. I was like, I'm late. I checked my phone, it's like 12 o'clock. I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. But I got like 5 missed calls from the Rockies front office. And I'm like, oh, shoot, what did I do? I was like, how does this happen already? Like, I was like, how did I mess up already? And next thing you know, it's one of the front office guys is at my door knocking. He's like, hey, man, like, you got to go. You're now activated for the first game, so we got to go. So I literally, like, just woke up. Like, wow. I answered. I was just in, like, boxers, and I, like, put on some clothes, ran to the stadium, grabbed a quick bite to eat, and I was out. So I was out for that first game. But then we used a lot of pitchers, so that second game I kind of had an idea that I could go in. I didn't know it was going to be 2-1 in the 8th inning. But, no, it was cool. It was awesome. I wouldn't trade in for the world.
Coming in the 8th, 1-run game, crucial spot, and you get the 3 outs there. A long out on the last one. How did that one feel when the batter hit that last one? Yeah,
it didn't feel great. Looking back, I was looking at the video. He didn't get all of it, but he definitely got a little bit of it. Little bit, yeah, enough to make my heart stop and start going out the wrong way. So, but no, it was cool. I walked in the dugout, everybody was like, nah, we knew he didn't get it. I was like, not me. Like, I don't care what you guys think. Like, I thought he got it. But it was so cool. It really was cool. Yeah. Except that last my mom. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think my agent was there, and he was taking a video, and apparently in the video when the guy hit it, my mom goes, "Oh, that's gone."
Well, I was going to bring up your mother and your family. One thing that never gets old, Zach, is seeing a guy make his debut, and they do the family shots in the interview. And the Agnoses are an all-time family. If you follow ECU baseball, you know that. But, man, you had a crew up there pulling for you, and what did they call him? Jeff, don't call me Jake Agnos was interviewed. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And also your mother. How tough was it to get all that together? Like, did the Rockies help you out with that, or is that on them? How did that work out?
It's on them. I mean, the Rockies helped me out with, like, the tickets and everything, especially once I got called up for the first game, because Jake told me, he was like, we sat down, started having brunch, and then I called them on the way to the field. I was like, hey, I just got activated for the first game. And then everybody just went back into a panic. But getting him out there, I'm pretty sure it was hectic. I can't imagine anything involving Jake and my mom and my family is is smooth and easy. But no, they got out there. That's all that matters. That's what they all said. We got out here. So no, I'm glad they did, and it was a long travel day and 2 days for them. So no, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Well, speaking of Jake, I was watching Hurricanes playoff hockey last night. That reminds me that I was at a Hurricanes game when Jake had one of his best performances ever, and Cliff Godwin pulled him, and Jake got mad and argued on the mound. And so anyway, that made me think of Jake. I texted him last night, told him you were coming on, and said, man, we got to keep you humble. You got any good Zach stories? And just real quick, he just said no.
Great.
But he used to always pronounce the name Beatrice Beat Rice, and said that you sprained your ankle doing a pregame celebration your senior year of high school. So we got to keep you. We can't let your head get too big, Zach.
Yeah.
How do you sprain your ankle before a game? What are you doing?
I'd prefer not to talk about the first one, but the second one I'll talk about. Well, I always did like a handshake with one of my buddies before the game, and it ended with like a chest bump. And he jumped up, we jumped up, and he kind of landed a little like split-legged, and I came down on his foot, and I just like felt like and I was like, oh no, and I was like, you know what, I'll be fine, and I ran out there and obviously limping. And then I don't know if you ever had like a hot flash and you start like sweating for no reason, dizzy. Yeah, that was me during the national anthem. I was like spinning, get back in the dugout, and I'm like, Coach, I don't know, like it hurts. And my dad was actually texting like, so the manager of the team, her brother also played. And my dad was good friends with her dad. So my dad was texting her. She's like, tell Zach to suck it up. I used to play soccer with cardboard as shin guards. He's being soft right now. Tell him to suck it up. I'm like, Dad, I can't put any pressure on this thing or else I feel like I'm broken. And he's like, suck it up. I'm tired of this. And then I get home and he pulls out the old Greek method, dices up an onion, puts it on my ankle. Did absolutely nothing but absolutely
stink up the place.
Oh, my sheets were ruined. So, but that was a pretty embarrassing story. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to hear more about Greek medicine next time we talk. That'd be good.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of it, but I know it's a lot of olive oil and onions.
There you go. Zach Agnos joining us. We got to run because bigger name on the other line. Danny Beal and Jeff Palumbo got to get in here, Zach. So you know how that goes.
Whatever. I get it.
One day you'll make it, man.
I hope so.
Zach, man, as you know, we are just elated for you, man. Pirate Nation, we love watching you out there in that Rockies uniform. You didn't pitch yesterday, so who knows? You might get the ball tonight.
Let's hope so. And Pirate Nation, I appreciate all you guys reaching out. I haven't been able to get to all my texts and messages because there's just been a overwhelming amount of support, and I appreciate it. And it's all love from the Agnos family and myself. So it's been an incredible experience, and you guys have made it possible. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us, Zach. And let's do it again down the road, buddy. We'll see you. Go Commanders.
Go Commanders, baby. JD5 for president, baby.
Agnos.
See you,
Rockies reliever. Happened quick. Got the call. Was trying to rest a little bit and had 5 missed calls from the Rockies saying get to the ballpark. So what a whirlwind it's been for Agnos. And then we mentioned this Monday, Chon, but he said he even brought it up. Yeah, I didn't know I'd be thrown into a 1-run situation in the 8th inning.
You get your MLB debut. Yeah. You're thinking your team's either up or down, like 8 runs late in the game. It's late in the game, but it's 2-1. And he's in a big spot, so and he handled it pretty well. And like I said, he looked like he was calm and cool and collected.
Yeah,
but I'm sure there were some butterflies going there.
I love the story he tells about his mom with the video. It's like that guy hits the ball off of me. She's like, "No, that's gone.
It's out of here."
It's like, thanks for the confidence, Ma.
Got it done, and the Rockies play the Royals tonight. That'll be a 7:40. First pitch.
God, I mean, just imagine like achieving your dreams. You've reached the destination you've wanted to be your entire life, and you got to go to Kansas City. Just absolutely humbling moment.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see both the Agnos brothers in the league.
Oh, man. Yeah, it would be. Stat to consider. Hey, Johnny Stats, put this in your notebook, kid. Rockies are 3-18 in games that Zach Agnos does not pitch. They are
stats to consider.
1-0 in games that Zach Agnos has pitched.
Yeah,
should I put a future on the Rockies?
No.
It looks like they're going to go undefeated with Zach Agnos.
Yeah, but he's not going to play every game.
Yeah.
Still.
Chandler, even when you listen, you still don't get what we're saying.
Still putting a future on the Rockies.
To do what?
Why would you ask us? We have a future on the White Sox.
Yeah.
What are they now? Are they 5?
5-17? 5-18?
We also have a future on the Lake Show.
Lakers. I feel like if I did that, you would call it blasphemous.
Well, it's L.A.
Yeah, your team's in Las Vegas or Oakland or who knows where.
L.A. is a Raider city.
L.A. is a Raider city. To this day?
To this day. Not a Rams or Chargers?
No, I mean, we're the biggest fan base in that city.
What does SoFi look like for a Raiders at Chargers game?
Black.
Let me ask Wes Hines.
It's black! I feel like you could say any team.
Right.
The fan support there is bad.
There's that one lady. Was that Rams or Chargers?
That was Chargers, yeah. They had the higher actors.
Yeah.
She's just like
the one screaming lady. Way too excited about a Chargers football game.
I see her in my nightmares to this day.
To this day. We'll take a break. When we return, Bears fan Patrick Mason will join us as Chandler looks up the Chargers fan. It is funny.
I mean, dude, there's no way you care that much about the Chargers.
Unless she had, some money on it or something. Or maybe her husband is Joshua Palmer. But she was way into it. And they kept cutting to her.
Too into it, I would say.
Yeah. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, on a Wednesday after this.
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon's delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue, electric, plumbing, and air.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl is built bold from the bottom up, with classic Bojangles flavor packed into every bite. Starting with a base of our signature dirty rice, we pile on even more flavor with Cajun pintos, then your choice of boldly seasoned grilled chicken or our iconic Supremes. Top it off with a sprinkle of cheese, and if you want to add some heat, add a dash of Texas Pete. Head to Bojangles and try the new chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
There have been many changes in the automotive world. At Phelps Chevrolet, the Phelps boys are here to take care of you. Mike, Daryl, and 4 of Mr. Phelps' grandsons, Wade, West, Alan, and Clay. You see, things at Phelps remain the same. The Phelps team has served Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. We make your visit easy and fun. We are your neighbors, and that's what neighbors do. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Like Mr. Phelps' great-granddaughter says, come in and get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet at PhelpsChevrolet.com.
This summer, the Greenville Yard Gnomes are back at historic Guy Smith Stadium.
Hey there, it's me, Gnomeo, the Yard Gnomes mascot. You've heard of gnomes bringing good luck, right? Well, I'm here to bring you great baseball and tons of fun, too. We're excited to have a great team, including a few ECU baseball players this year.
Season tickets are on sale now, so visit yardgnomesbaseball.com to get yours today.
We'll have great food, cold drinks, and fun games for everyone. Come out and hang with your gnomies this summer and have some fun at the ballpark with us, the Greenville Yard Gnomes.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs, like passing that drug test. Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and, well, light one up. You've earned it. And whether you've had one of those weeks, or maybe your mother-in-law's in town and you're one passive-aggressive comment away from needing a vacation. If this sounds like you, then come visit our team here at the Holistic Company to help you find the perfect products to ease your stress and promote relaxation. Order our products online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
This is Dale Murphy, 2-time National League MVP and number 3 with the Atlanta Braves. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m., and it's the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers with 2 locations in Greenville at Bells Fork and on Greenville Boulevard, and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
No?
I wouldn't now. Oh! Sorry.
Chandler Honeycutt, Jarrett Watkins, Patrick Mason.
That's me.
Does that come from Freemason? Are you a fan? Is your family Freemason?
Or are they fans of Perry Mason?
I'm not sure.
Stone Masons?
Actually, yeah, I don't know. There's probably someone who laid a brick at some point in my family's ancestry.
Jared, what are the Freemasons? What do they do?
Isn't that like what Nicolas Cage's dad in National Treasure was?
Yeah, some kind of society type thing.
Yeah.
Secret, hidden. I want to be in one of
They
those.
like run the country or something.
Yeah.
Or is that Skull and Bones?
The Skulls.
George Bush is in one of them.
What happens at a moose lodge?
At a moose lodge, I got a friend whose dad's a member, and he's always trying to get me to go.
Can you go just to see what it's all about?
It's really just like old dudes hanging out, and it's like discounted stuff, but you still pay like dues.
Is there a secret handshake?
It's just a hangout spot. I think there is.
I guess we kind of have that with sports trivia.
Yeah,
it's like the same group.
It's like a club. It's like a fraternity.
That's like our club.
Brother. I just want to go to a place like that has the sliding thing at the eyes, and it's like, hey, password. Yeah.
What's the password?
New England clam chowder.
We don't allow you in here.
What movie was the password New England clam chowder?
Jeez.
Again, I'm old.
I don't know.
I would be Ace Ventura.
Oh, I've seen Ace Ventura.
I've seen that a million times.
New England clam chowder. It says red or white.
Oh, he's like, I can never remember that.
There you go. Now the recall is coming back.
There you go.
All right, what's going on in sports? Not East Carolina baseball. Both Jared and Patrick made the trip.
You're out there?
Yeah, I made it all the way up there, and then just no baseball game. So there you go.
I was elated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to the parking garage, and then I was just kind of hanging out because they said the gate wasn't supposed to be, or they said the gate entry was.
If you walked up and said, "Hey, I'm media," though.
Yeah, but I was like, do I really want to make this trek? Because you got to go all the way.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing. So, but I did not have good faith about that game. I saw some lightning coming in, but it did seem like it moved away pretty quick. I guess they.
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't feel confident.
But just, once the first pitch was not thrown at 6, I was like, go ahead and cancel it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here any later than I have to.
Yep.
East Carolina has more time to either sit on or get over the home run derby that UAB put on. Maybe it's a good thing to get that one even further away from the mind.
Yeah, give that one some breathing room.
Yeah.
That was just a weird ending to a game. Was it 10 straight runs? Jeez. Something like that.
Pirates up 8-1 and lose by 7 runs.
Yeah. Well, it happens. But yeah, like you said, we get a week. The time of this year, the pitching, it'd be awesome just to have a free week off. You got a long week last week with that Thursday to Saturday series, and now you can sit on that for a little while and come back fresh.
That's interesting, but more on the Moose Lodge. Mike P says, what happens at a Moose Lodge? Games of bingo and shag dancing. I'm going to say no, because I'm pretty sure it's all dudes. Yeah. And I don't think those old dudes are shagging with one another.
You can bring your gal.
You sure?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you might be speaking out of turn.
I was putting in what is a moose and something.
Oh, man.
A Moose Lodge is the local chapter of the fraternal and service organizations called the Moose International. These lodges, which are part of a larger network, focus on community involvement, serving children and seniors, and providing social activities for members. The Moose organization also emphasizes supporting local communities and offering various programs and activities for members.
Children and seniors.
On Reddit, it says it's the evolved version of little boys having a secret club with no girls allowed. Looks like women are now allowed. I mean, what? Again, America.
Speaking of shag
down
night,
the drain.
is this Augusta? Tuesdays at the Buck.
What is this, Augusta?
What sound does a moose make?
Moose.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but that's too close to a cow.
Yeah, but I mean, they look cowish. They like
same amount of legs.
I feel like it's just like a.
Yeah.
My bad. The draft's tomorrow.
The moose draft.
Did you say something?
I just said my bad.
What'd you say before that?
Nothing. It's just this conversation going that way.
Moose noises.
Mike P says the Moose Lodge that rides around in the little cars with the funny hats. Jamie says that's Shriners.
Yeah, I see those guys at parades.
That's a moose?
It's like a yak.
We're in overtime.
We're in overtime.
So was it mooses?
Meese.
It's just moose.
A group of meese. I went to Maine one time.
Mm-hmm. What up, Maine?
And they had like moose crossing signs and stuff. It was.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen that video of the moose crossing the street in Canada and just gets. I mean, it totals a car.
I've seen deer crossing signs. It's just like a bigger picture of a deer.
And there's bigger
antlers.
Do you call them antlers?
Yeah, I guess so.
They have cool
racks. Just an enlarged.
Yeah, I call it a rack.
Rack.
The rack attack.
Something bigger might be walking across in front of you. Yeah. That's what the sign is saying.
What is the most realistic animal you could encounter that would terrify you? Like, you're not going to see a tiger or an elefante.
Probably a Chinese hornet.
Are bobcats around here?
Yeah, but they're kind of small.
They're more
a coyote for me.
That's also kind of
more so than like a bear.
There's bears here.
Help the bear!
I don't ever see bears.
I think it'd be something swimming. Like if you're floating around.
Oh yeah, alligator.
You don't see bears. How often do you see a coyote, Chandler?
You can see them all the time.
No, you don't.
I hear them.
You do not.
I do hear them
on his TV Saturday morning.
Cougars,
Wiley,
mountain
cougars.
Yeah, but
you're not gonna see those.
They're more so mountainous.
Cottonmouth.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some sort of slithery guy.
That's a reptile, guys.
Not an animal?
They're still
animals. No, go on. Explain yourself.
I feel like it's under the animal umbrella.
You think so, Patrick?
Yep.
I feel like we learned that in second grade, but
reptile.
Then again, Chandler was in Beta Club.
They learned the secrets there.
What's your favorite animal? And somebody said a lizard, and Chandler stood up and said,
I object!
That is a reptile. That animal is not real.
If you go to a zoo and it says we have a bunch of animals and reptiles to look at.
I never could grasp that dolphins were mammals.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Because
they have hair.
They don't lay eggs. The dolphin doesn't.
Do
lay
they have
eggs.
hair?
I
Yeah.
think that's the definition of a mammal. If it lays,
They all have,
if it lays an egg versus it lays like an alive thing.
They all have like bowl cuts.
So something that lays eggs is not a mammal.
Did dolphins have nipples, Greg? Legit question.
It's a question that's been asked.
Mr. Movie Drop.
Do all mammals have those?
Yeah. They've got to, for sure.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Again,
Is anyone here a marine biologist?
let's see who's angry that day, my friends.
Like an old man at a deli.
Yeah, Pirates are struggling in baseball.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
About them Pirates.
24-17, we're above 500. I mean,
there wasn't a game yesterday, so.
Yeah. You're right. The draft is tomorrow.
yes.
Is that like the correct sound?
Doorbell.
That should mean something.
That's the new ring when the teams make a
I
pick.
would protest, boycott.
Do. So, where are the Bears picking?
10. And I was listening to some sports talk today, and people are convinced they're going to move down. And it's just,
but I
they're
keep
moving
seeing
up.
teams want to move down, but nobody wants to move up.
Right.
Is the problem, right?
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on what Cleveland wants to do.
Cleveland.
Do they want to accumulate picks, or do you want to take Travis Hunter? Because there's teams that want, like Jacksonville, Las Vegas, want to move up to get Hunter, and Cleveland and New York. But I mean, all you're reading right now is a bunch of lies.
Yeah. True.
So I mean, and then you don't really know what's real, what's not. So just watch tomorrow. I'm done with the whole. Who are we getting?
Hey, Will, I want you to look over this during the show. This is for the draft party we go to. It's a giant prop sheet, and you would know
The GPS.
way more about this than me. So if you have any you feel, I think you'd find this interesting, but if you feel strongly about any of those, let me know.
I already filled mine out.
You're done?
Mm-hmm.
How many of the questions did you have an educated guess on out of 30?
All of them except for the Walter Nolan Jr.
Really?
I do not know.
So 29 out of 30.
I have not heard of Walter Nolan Jr.
Okay.
I've done my first mock this morning.
Dude, you're late to the party.
Dude, I like how late you get into the game.
7.2.
That's the proper time for a mock.
I don't follow any of the draft discourse until the day before, and I do my mock based on the information that I've been.
Okay. Can you tell us who our teams are getting? Who's your team getting?
We are getting Abdul Carter, but
congratulations.
Like I said, I do it with no trades, but I do think the Giants are going to trade back and take Jackson Dart at the end of the first round.
You gonna trade all the way back to the end of the first, or trade back into the first?
We're going to trade to the back end of the first. So
Nobody's moving up that far.
Well, maybe early second. I don't know. Nothing shocks me with this organization.
All right, next up would be the Raiders.
Ashton Genty.
Raiders. I think he goes 5.
Yep.
All right, next up would be the. When did the Panthers pick?
8.
All right, the Panthers.
I believe I had them getting Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M.
It's going to be Jalen Walker.
Or Jalen Walker. It was one of the edges.
Shamar Stewart's one of the crazier ones because I read mock drafts and it has like Shamar Stewart 9 to the Saints or Shamar Stewart 80th to the Raiders.
Yeah. I think I did actually have Shamar Stewart 9 to the Saints.
Where do you have Siobhan Revan?
Wait, Chandler, I'm doing a segment here. We're going over our teams. We're now to Patrick's Bears.
The Bears.
I believe I had them getting Will Johnson.
That's
all right.
Michigan.
Let's go to the end of the first round where the good teams are. The Commanders.
Siobhan Rebel.
Really?
Yeah.
Savone.
That would fire up.
I'd fire up some
myself.
people.
I think that for me was like a sentimental one where I thought of you and then I thought of Savone and then I gave them to you guys. But
I would immediately get that Chinese Taiwanese jersey, Savone Rebel.
Well, I believe
Commander jersey.
So it's all Chinese.
Pardon me?
Nothing.
Is that political?
Yeah.
Oh, J-Bone likes to get political. Chandler, that answers your question. That's where he has Savone Rebel.
And I knew that's where he had it, and it involved your team, so it was a part of the segment.
But you wanted to skip over Patrick's Bears?
Yeah.
No respect?
That's future Super Bowl champs right there.
How long in the future?
2026.
I thought you were going to say 20 years.
They're going this year. They're going to get pretty close.
Make the playoffs?
Yep.
Lose to the Raiders.
I think Caleb Williams going to be like, oh, this is easy.
Lose
then
to
they go on the
Raiders
run.
where?
In the Super Bowl. They're going to get the Super Bowl this year, lose to the Raiders, and then they'll get back and win it.
Do y'all think the Lions are going to win a Super Bowl?
No.
That window is closing fast.
Yep.
Kind of like the Bills. Has their window closed?
As long as they have Sean McDermott.
Their window, I think, is still very wide open, surprisingly. They find ways to win.
Let's talk about windows real quick.
Well, you don't want to keep a window open in Buffalo. It's very drafty.
Or with the AC on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's here on April 23rd, how many teams can win the Super Bowl next year?
All right.
AFC East, Bills, yes, and that is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
North, Ravens,
yes.
Bengals, yes. They'd have to score 40 points a game, but I believe they can do it with that offense.
That defense is improved, too.
All right, I'll throw the Bengals in there. Steelers,
No.
Browns, no.
No.
South, nobody.
No.
Yep.
West, Kansas City.
And Los Angeles.
And Las Vegas.
Nah.
I like the Chargers next year.
I think they win a division.
Yep. I thought they were going to do it this year, and then they
I think
kinda
I'm just
fizzled out.
done believing in the Chargers forever.
Forever.
All right, NFC East, Eagles, yes. Is that it?
I don't
That's
think so.
That's it.
I don't
Commanders?
think they can win a Super Bowl. I think they can,
Well,
have a
they
good
just
team
did.
and make.
Well,
It's a different team.
how?
They lost their entire defensive line.
Their
which is-
entire defensive line?
yes, which is what got them to the Super Bowl.
They have no returning D-line players.
none, maybe one impactful. I would have to fact check that, but largely,
We'll get some facts.
largely,
Come back and see me.
their defensive line gutted.
To say the Eagles, coming off a Super Bowl, aren't a team that can win the Super Bowl, you're just
Blasphemy.
You're doing like sports talk radio. Like you're just saying something to say something.
I'm not saying that is my
Okay, fine.
my truth.
I think it's the Eagles.
Hey, thank
That
you.
is my
Okay, well
truth.
said.
They will not. They are not Super Bowl.
Are they
contenders.
okay? Well, is anybody in the NFC East a contender?
No.
The Commanders, I'm saying.
Oh wait, yes, the Commanders.
All right, we're back.
They're back, baby.
You say no?
Why? I don't think they can this year, but
Okay.
to say they can and the Eagles can't.
You're telling me a team that was in the NFC Championship last year can't?
Thank you, Chandler. Good argument.
The Eagles did not improve. Washington did improve.
How does that make
I hope you're right.
We'll see after tomorrow.
But I mean, how far down does that take the
Tomorrow
Eagles? They won
tells
14
them.
games in the Super Bowl.
And then
12 games.
I'm not asking you to say they will. I'm just saying like they can.
12 games and a divisional exit is their ceiling for me. What got them to the Super Bowl, aside from Saquon Barkley, the core of their defense is gone.
I get what you, but like just to say they can't. Not. I don't want you to say they will.
Okay, let's move on from
They
this.
have a shot.
NFC North.
they get to the Bears already. Come on.
I don't think you don't like anybody saying
Lions.
Yes.
Yeah, they can get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say still yeah for them.
The window's
Packers.
not closed yet. But
Minnesota.
no.
No,
Nah.
I say no.
Packers.
No.
I'm gonna say no too.
I don't know. They're
I still think they'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't see them as a Super Bowl team. And Bears.
No.
Hell
yeah.
Absolutely not.
If I have to, I'll say yeah. if you guys make me.
NFC South. The old Keith Sweat. Nobody.
No.
Yeah.
No. way.
Nobody, baby.
Nobody.
No.
Bucks.
Does it better.
Bucks. No. The West.
Rams.
Rams.
That's it.
Nah,
Yeah.
nobody. I'm done with the Rams. All right. So your Super Bowl will be the Lions. I think we have every team out of it in the NFC.
Boo.
The Lions are the only NFC team that can make the Super Bowl. And they will be playing the
Ravens. Bills.
Baltimore Ravens.
yeah.
Chiefs. Chargers.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be the Chiefs. It's always the Chiefs.
Boo.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. More Pirate Radio Live. Jamie says the Colts are going to move up to get Tyler Warren. I love Tyler Warren.
I think it's going to be because Colts and Rams both tried to get up for Brock Bowers last year. I think both of them are going to be very aggressive to try to get Tyler Warren.
Mike P. I guess alternate universe Chandler Honeycutt is in the front office for an NFL team. He says, imagine if you're one of the team's employees who fields calls for draft picks, but your voicemail is full. Unprofessional. We're trying to trade with the Panthers, but the mailbox is full. And Chandler left his phone on his car. It's out somewhere in the middle of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Jamie says Bengals will be the 1 seed. They'll beat the Ravens twice.
A lot of faith in the Bengals.
He's a Bengals fan.
Makes
No,
sense.
he's not. He's a Colts fan.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense.
A lot of blind faith in the Bengals.
All right, back with you after these words. Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Bring in any offer from CarMax, and they will beat it by $500. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arr!
Looking for an adventure that's refreshing in more ways than one? Welcome to River Vibes, where nature meets flavor. Freely paddle through the stunning Pamlico River on one of our kayaks or stand-up paddle boards. After your adventure, cool down with one of our mouth-watering smoothies, refreshers, boba teas, or fresh juices. Plus, grab some awesome River Vibes gear to remember the day. River Vibes, where every moment is a splash of fun. Visit us in historic downtown Washington or on Facebook or Instagram. Ride, relax, and refresh at River Vibes.
Is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. This is Walker Allen Volova with CopyPro, where we promise fast 3-hour service on all of your copy equipment. No need to press 1 for English for an overseas service line. All of our calls are answered right here in Greenville. Plus, we offer a free office printing analysis to help you cut cost and boost efficiency. We'll show you exactly how to save money on ink, toner, and energy. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 1-800-682-6558 and see how we can help your office run more efficiently. CopyPro, fast service, smarter printing, bringing more value to your business.
Welcome to Russell's Spring Style. Our screen door shouts welcome to a beautiful selection of new apparel for men and women. The spring colors are bold and beautiful, just in time for vacation and Easter. Men, make your next suit or sports coat purchase easy with in-house alterations to assure a great fit. Ladies, it's Russell's for the best selection in dresses, tops, and slacks for most any occasion. Rhonda and her team work hard to make Russell's in downtown Washington your shopping destination. It's all about you, our pirate friends and customers at Russell's in downtown Washington.
If you're looking for a delicious home-cooked country breakfast or lunch, look no further than CD's Grill. CD's Grill in Winterville has the best country cooking around. Start your day with CD's mouth-watering homemade cheese biscuits, eggs cooked to order, and pancakes so big and fluffy there's no way you leave hungry. Open Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. and Saturday from 5:30 to 11 a.m. CD's has lunch specials and an all-you-can-eat salad bar. Stop by, say hey to owner Jason Brown and the CD's crew. CD's Grill, 111 West Fire Tower Road in Winterville. CD's Grill, the best country cooking around.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Pirate Radio. The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner. Call them today at 919-291-5532 or visit them online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, thank you, Shirley. Hey, who's Shirley's Dolphins getting in the draft, Will?
Ooh, that's
Dan
deep in the
Marino.
first round.
Joe?
I could see them going like Malachi Starks. They lost Javon Holland to the Giants. Just shore up the back end of that secondary.
All right.
Sure up or shore up?
Sure.
Syrup.
They can sear up.
Or Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle from Oregon. I think it is going to be defensive.
You know, you go to some of these places, let's call it a gas station that serves food, and you can like touchscreen order, or they have the already made stuff.
Yeah.
They had a few of those options, and I was in a hurry after getting the ticket. Yeah, I did stop to eat after I got a ticket.
Yeah.
But I got a waffle breakfast sandwich.
Ooh.
How do y'all feel about that?
Buns?
Yeah.
What was on the sandwich?
I didn't necessarily want it, but I wanted sausage over bacon.
Sausage.
So that was the only sausage variety that
So
had.
it was like eggs, cheese, sausage.
Yeah. And then 2 waffles. It was pretty
Did you
good.
put syrup on it?
Nah.
I'll say my only fear would be a little dry with all that bread. Like 2 waffles is a lot.
True, and it was quite moist.
It wasn't crunchy. Then it's good.
It was not crunchy.
I need my waffles crunchy.
Yeah.
I don't know about crunchy sandwich.
Patrick doesn't know about that, Jared.
Come on, bro.
Waffles are good.
You
'Cause
wouldn't
I like putting the syrup like in the little the squares? You know,
Yeah.
Fills it up. Yeah.
Yeah, like we've never had waffles.
I don't know, but I like
Hey guys,
it.
you ever done this?
I'm just
Put
saying I
syrup
like
on?
when that happens. Then it gets a little soggy
Where else is it gonna go, Patrick?
in my stomach.
Yeah, but like it needs to. I don't know. I'm an Eggo guy, so it's really just.
I like
toasted.
Eggos, man.
Yeah.
I mean, very simple, underrated.
It's really good.
You can get them crispy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why waste time? Get like a Belgian waffle maker where you could just go to.
Well, we
fast
know
food
why
section.
you don't like that because it's not called American waffle.
Yeah. Come on, dude. Freedom fries is what I eat.
So, what is your favorite thing to have on the outside of a breakfast sandwich?
English muffin.
Toast.
English muffin, toast.
French toast.
Chandler.
I mean, it would be good, I guess.
Wait, so
Yes.
as bread?
Yeah.
Where do you get that? Mama?
Sounds messy.
Grandma.
Grandma? I'm going croissant.
Croissant.
I'm going croissant. I love a good soft croissant.
Yeah, like before you put the croissant in the oven, put some cheese in there. That's always good.
Man.
Okay.
Breakfast for dinner might be on the menu tonight.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay, is that you?
Yeah.
I love
It's raw. It's raw.
It's raw.
Oi.
some link sausage and eggs would be good.
Tuesday.
Do you go link or patty?
Well, I just said link, so I'm going to stick with my answer.
I do like the link too. I think if I had a choice. And I do have a choice.
Because
damn it,
you're in America.
It's my choice. It's my breakfast.
If I didn't have a choice and they forced patties on me, I'd eat it.
I'd say, all right, I guess I'm patty today.
Fine.
I wouldn't like it.
No, I'll do it.
Yeah. Watch this.
You ever had blood sausage?
It's delicious.
You have not.
Nope.
Deer sausage.
I don't even like reading what blood sausage is, but I'm going to do it real quick.
Careful.
It's known as black pudding, sausage made with pig's blood and other ingredients like meat, fat, onions, and spices. Why would anybody choose to eat that?
Because they don't have a choice for their breakfast.
You got to rename it. Can't call it blood sausage.
But it sounds kind of cool.
It doesn't sound doesn't sound good though.
No, it doesn't sound good.
Like rump roast is a good name.
Yeah.
But if you ran into a guy like, hey, what'd you eat today? Blood sausage. Like, that guy's tough. I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, I mean that kind of gives like Wesley Snipes and Blade kind of stuff.
Yeah, you definitely don't wear sleeves with a shirt if you're eating blood.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking vampire killer. Or is he a vampire?
Well, he's a little bit both because his mom was a vampire, and so he's half vampire, half human.
That
half...
classic story: mom a vampire, dad a regular human.
Yeah,
it's been played out.
Well, no, she didn't become a vampire until she was already impregnated with Wesley Snipes.
Tell me more about this impregnation.
Wesley said, I'm coming out anyway.
When a man and a woman love each other.
When a vampire and a human.
Well, no, the dad wasn't a vampire.
Both crave blood sausage.
Stephen Dorff bit his mom.
Was it Wesley Snipes or Shannon Sharp?
Oh, well. There's no, well, that might be biting.
Or Marv Albert.
On Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marv's the biter.
Jamie said people in England and Alaska eat blood sausage. I'm kind of fascinated as to like...
And Alaska. That's a lot of land mileage separation. You skip over a lot of people before you start eating blood sausage again. No. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
It's back. It's fascinating how, like, what people like in different regions of the world.
Yeah.
You know, like, we love this, and to us, it could be disgusting.
Do you like sweet tea?
No.
Yes.
It's way too sweet for me. I don't know.
Proving your point.
Yeah. I drink regular tea. Like,
you're right.
No, I don't like that.
Because right now, I just want to say Patrick is like this giant weirdo.
Yeah.
But he's not. People like different things.
What is it about unsweet tea? Like, it's just brown water.
It's like extra thirst quenching.
You can go to Flint for that.
There's something about the thirst quenching. Like, you drink it and it's like, oh yeah, it hits the spot. Regular tea does that. It does. It's like, if you ever like have just a squirt of lemon in your water and it just makes the water go down better and it's pretty good. I feel like
Patrick's a weird guy.
You've never had water in or lemon in your water?
Yeah, I have.
I drink tap water.
I have been getting lemon with my water lately.
It's good.
It is.
And you're still doing Flint jokes from 10 years ago? You haven't retired those yet? I heard it.
No.
Yeah. Patrick, good episode.
Good episode. Great stuff.
Anything sports related you want to talk about? Are you into the hockey? I guess if the Blackhawks were in it, you would be.
Yeah, I've actually been watching. Kind of keeping an eye on the Canes. And,
it's fun, man.
And I find myself watching the Capitals just because Ovechkin's so interesting right now.
Yeah. They are up 2-0, right?
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to meet potentially next round.
Yeah, they will.
So that'd be kind of fun.
Keeping up with the NBA playoffs?
I'm watching way more hockey than NBA, honestly. I think that might change as we get into it, but these first couple... You know, this first round, it doesn't really interest me.
You turn on a hockey game, you're likely going to see a good game.
Yeah.
Whereas some of these NBA games have...
Thunder Grizzlies
it's like a
gave you another
50-pointer
last night. Yeah.
50 points, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Who we got tonight in the association?
The Celtics, right?
Yes.
The Magic?
It is Jason Tatum playing.
He is doubtful.
Okay.
For that, probably not.
Cleveland hosting Miami, and I do like this Golden State-Houston series.
Yeah, Lakers,
that one's
T-Wolves, Clippers, Nuggets, and Warriors, Rockets really high on my list.
Everything else
kind of stinks.
Yeah. Thank you, PMase.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you this weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because there's a groundbreaking
Shovels
ceremony.
will be out and about, hopefully.
The Isley Indoor Practice Facility.
That's right, folks.
Dig?
I want to see a shovel.
Huh?
Do we get to dig?
No.
But I want to see
You
a
donate
shovel.
millions of dollars?
Well, once they do it, can't like I just, hey, look at me.
Hey, you get to dig for information as a journalist.
Yeah, see, that's what I meant.
Oh.
You can bring a spoon.
You want to get a hard hat and a shovel?
Yeah.
Hey, take your David Price Construction hard hat out there.
Yes.
We should do a bingo card. Will we see a giant pair of scissors to cut a ribbon?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not until it's built.
That's right. That is the grand opening.
But you might see a big golden shovel.
Yeah, I'm hoping we see some sort of machine.
You want to just see some novelty piece
Yeah,
of something.
for sure.
1-0 Caps are up. Wait, Mike P said the Caps are up 1-1. Okay, then says 1-0.
Well, they're not. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mike P. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, everyone. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Rahjai Harris joins us after these words.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
Revolutionize off-roading for everyone with the all-new Ridge Cruise side-by-side. A 4-cylinder engine delivers all the power your team needs to move heavy cargo or ride recreationally on challenging terrain. A fully enclosed cab with 2-row space. And HVAC keeps the crew comfortable in every season. Command peak premium performance together. Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep introduces the Freedom of Choice pricing program. Choose between current available incentives and factory employee pricing on all new 24 and 25 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. That's right. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep is giving you the freedom to choose your deal. Choose to save up to $11,000 off MSRP and get 3.9% APR for 72 months on a new 2025 Ram 1500. Or take employee pricing on the same truck. Save up to $9,000 off MSRP or lease a new Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $389 per month. Or get employee pricing on that new Grand Cherokee. Save up to 15% off MSRP on a new Jeep Wrangler or choose employee pricing. It's the Freedom of Choice pricing program. Go to ecauto.com.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
Jeep leases 36 months, 10,000 miles per year. Offers do not include tax, tags, title, and $8.99 admin fee. See dealer for details.
Overtime's Tavern is officially open in downtown Greenville. Whether you're craving a cold drink, hot meal, or just a place to unwind with friends in a laid-back atmosphere, we've got you covered. Join us daily from 11 a.m. to midnight every day, or stick around for our late-night hours on the weekends. Follow Overtime Tavern on Facebook or Instagram for daily specials and events, including live music. OT's is right across from the Sheets on Charles Boulevard in downtown Greenville. Overtime's Tavern, where every hour feels like overtime.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Jacob Jiggins Cowart, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Attavola Market Cafe. Attavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Attavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Attavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Attavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Attavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and AttavolaMarket.com. Attavola, pirates supporting pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The new Shimmer website is now live, and all orders over $100 will receive free shipping. Go to shimmerboutiqueonline.com and get shopping today. Shimmer is the boutique for everyone and carries all the top brands from Kendra Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and more. Free shipping on orders over $100 for all online purchases and free gift wrapping for all in-store customers. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and online at shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Shirley Rhodes. Will Griffin is his government.
Huh.
Do you know that?
Now that you said it, I remember.
You knew it, but you didn't. You forgot it. Jared Watkins, his government, Chandler Brooks Honeycutt, full name for this guy over here. This character. There's something else, Chandler. We're filling out our prop sheets for our NFL draft party, and Chandler said, "Can I look at mock drafts while I do this, or would that be considered cheating?" Did you mean that? That was a joke, right? Halfway?
Sort of, kind of.
We were like, well, Chandler, did you study? Like, did you consider studying for a test cheating? And you brought up a good point. You said, well, not while I'm taking the test. It's kind of like an open book test.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you, what was the point of those?
Well, I only had them in like classes like Spanish, and she was just like, okay, all of you clearly are not learning this language.
Yeah.
So
I suck as a teacher.
Well, this was Spanish 3, so we all went in, and she expected us to know stuff from the first two, and everybody's like, no, they taught the first two.
No.
Why do they teach Spanish 1 in Spanish? It's an entry-level course. How the hell am I going to figure out?
Didn't you have Spanish in high school?
I took Spanish every year since kindergarten, and going into college still had no clue.
Man, they really turned it on, huh? They went to 11. I was good at Spanish in, what did we start? Middle school, maybe? And then high school, Spanish 1, but that Spanish 2, I remember. I think I took that twice at ECU.
So did I.
Yeah,
I failed Spanish.
that was a doozy.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I had to do was 2. You had to go 3.
Well, so for journalism,
Yeah.
when I went in, you had to take 4 Spanishes, and then halfway through Spanish 3, they're like, you know what, that's too much. You only have to take 2, but it was too late to drop 3.
I had to take 4. I took 6 total Spanishes, 2 in high school and 4 for my communications degree.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say good God. I'm going to say Cristo de Jesus.
Oh!
Man.
That's soon I lost him.
Will, you look like you're dying to get in.
My first day of freshman Spanish 1 in high school, the teacher did not speak a word of English for like the first 10 minutes, and I had no idea how the class was going to go, and I was scared.
Yeah, that's intimidating.
My high school Spanish teacher was from Wilson, so we did not learn any Spanish. It was just like, hey, watch this Kevin Costner movie.
Como se dice.
In Spanish.
Well, I mean, he was coaching up some Spanish-speaking...
Silencio, por favor.
We watched Zorro, I remember, in Spanish in school. I thought we watched a few movies in Spanish.
We watched Selena.
Yeah.
We watched Coco like
we watched
47
Coco.
times.
I loved movie day at school.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like in high school when they put a movie on, like the teacher like left the room.
They were like hungover.
Yeah,
That's
we
why.
didn't care.
We need the lights off. We need an excuse to turn the lights off. These lights are bright. Let's watch a movie.
I have a sports question.
This is not that kind of show.
Mr. Brock, I have a question about my test.
What you got?
So this question here says, which elite defensive end will be taken first in this year's draft?
I was kind of...
So like Abdul Carter and Jalen Walker, do they count as defensive ends or edge? I mean, what is
edge rusher, defensive end are typically the same thing.
Like Jalen Walker is being listed as like a edge rusher linebacker.
Jalen Walker's listed on like every draft simulator as a linebacker.
He's not asking who the first defensive end will be taken. He's asking which of these 3 will be first taken.
You think the Shield will answer his phone?
Oh, it's on the back. It's on the back. It's on the back.
Son of a gun.
It's on the back. Okay.
Well, I don't want to hang up on him now. It's already rang. Chandler, why do you always put me in these situations?
It's probably...
you always do this to me.
Sorry. He's going to call you right back.
I know. Man, now I got to answer the phone. I don't know. All right, let's get to the Rahjai Harris interview. Maybe Rahjai will know.
Just say sorry, butt dial.
Sorry, butt dial. And CW is a guy that does the... I could say this in one text, but I'm going to send 5.
Yeah.
I know, so, we know people like that. Yeah, Zach's one of those guys. But, yeah, I'm about to get a barrage. All right, joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line, speaking of the NFL Draft, could hear his name called, could be a rookie free agent. We shall see. Rahjai Harris joining us on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Rahjai, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm very excited, man, for this new season that we're about to, go into, man. I'm very excited. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. We're on the phone today, so I can't see your face. I'm assuming you're smiling, though. You always are. So
I am.
Man, this is What's this build up like for you, Rahjai, as you go into this draft? It's been fun kind of talking to guys who have had different situations. Justin Hardy on Monday joined us and said, he had heard from round 2 to round 4. He ends up going in round 4. We talked to former ECU tight end Bryce Williams yesterday. Thought maybe he'd get taken in the 7th round. In fact, the Panthers told him that they were either going to take him or a kicker. They ended up taking another tight end, so he still has bitter taste to the Panthers to this day, but ended up signing a free agent deal with the Patriots. So where are you with that, Rahjai? Like, what are you hearing? What are you kind of expecting for the next few days?
My agent just been, telling me to stay on my phone all day Saturday. He's been doing a great job for reaching out to teams and, put my name on the table, man. That's all I really asked him to do, man, was really just stand on the table for me, man, and just make sure I get a shot. And, he's been telling me some great feedback, man, and just telling me that my film is speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? So any team that just take an opportunity on me, man, is just going to be a blessing, man. I'm going to go out there and just do what I do, man. Very excited.
It's good to have people that around you giving you good advice. One of Bryce's regrets, he said, was not going with the first offer, free agent offer. He said he didn't really have a lot of folks giving him proper advice and was getting some phone calls and said, you know what, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to talk to everybody, and said that kind of messed him up in the long run. But Rahjai, you mentioned your agent there. I know your dad's a huge part of your life and probably former teammates too that can give you some good advice in this process, I would imagine.
Definitely, man. First off, God, man, I've been talking to him a lot throughout this whole process, man, with every day really. But my dad's doing a great job. You got former players like Keaton Holton, guys like that, Isaiah Winstead, and former players that I played with, Big Tay, Eli. Man, we still chit chat on the phone, man, just talking about the process or whatever, man. But yeah, everybody's just giving me great feedback and stuff to look out for, as this process is coming to an end. But like I said, man, I'm just excited to go out there, man, just show everybody who Rahjai Harris is, man, and, make my family proud.
Yes, sir. And certainly all the Pirate Nation, too. And kind of fired me up there, man. I'm excited to see where this time next week, Eli and Tay, like you said, Winston Wright and Savone, where are these guys going to be ending up and at hopefully rookie minicamp? And on that note, Rahjai, I mean, there's a chance you could be in South Carolina this time next week. Hell, you could be in Seattle or Arizona. It's kind of up in the air, right? That's got to be an odd feeling.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really odd, man. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday about we don't know. I don't know where we're gonna be at, as a family, bringing my little girl out or anything like that. So like I don't know, like we just in the space right now. Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do you stay at home and wait it out, or do you come with me? It's just kind of like I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I would say, man. During this whole process, man, it's just kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be patient and really give it to God, on the hard days, man. But other than that, man, like I said, it's a blessing, man. It's just a blessing all the way around.
We talk about your family quite a bit here, Rahjai, and your little girl's old enough now to know that Daddy's done wearing the purple and gold at ECU, right? And does she kind of understand that next time you are in pads and in a uniform, you're going to be in a different one?
I don't think she's quite there yet, but she definitely know about the ECU Pirates, man. She always talks about the purple and gold, man. So I can't wait to take her back.
Yeah.
Dowdy, man, and see how much she remembers.
Absolutely. Talking to Rahjai Harris today on the Pirate Radio Live line. Very exciting time. Wishing you the best, and pretty cool to see NFL Rookie Watch on Twitter posting out some Rahjai Harris information. That's good to see. Says you've been putting in an insane amount of work heading to the draft and getting your name, your video out there, and that's got to feel good.
Yeah, it definitely do, man. It's just, my pops always told me your hard work is going to pay off and it will be shown. You feel what I'm saying? So grinding, doing what I do, man, every single day, man. And, you got somebody like that posts you on their social media page knowing that they have a big fan base, it's good, man. Hopefully that reach out to some scouts and some organizations, man, and let them see that, hard work don't go unnoticed, you know what I'm saying? And, Rahjai Harris is always grinding, so
Man, and I tell you what warms my heart, seeing RJ Felton retweet that with a pirate flag. And how about South Carolina guy, RJ, up at the Portsmouth Invitational? Did you see where he was MVP of his game up there in front of some scouts and folks in pro basketball? That was awesome to see last week.
Yeah, man. Big congrats to him, man. South Carolina baller, man. We ball in South Carolina, my guy.
Keep recruiting South Carolina Pirate coaches.
Keep recruiting, man. Keep recruiting.
Get them fellas up here. Rahjai, kind of interesting. The Knicks lost their last game, and Holton Naylor said he couldn't do the show today. That was I don't know if that's coincidence or what, but Holton was a no-show.
Yeah, I know my Lakers won.
I was going to say, yeah, they won last night to go 1-1 in their series. Actually, Holton said he could come on tomorrow. He's tied. I think he said actually he was doing a podcast with Isaiah Winstead. So you know what? I'll let that be an excused absence.
Watch that. I'm definitely got to watch that. See Isaiah open up a little bit.
Yeah, man. I always say it was fun having you and Isaiah on with us on Pirate Radio. And Rahjai, you could talk to a wall. We could talk to you about anything. Isaiah was a little more difficult to open up with, but once we got him to crack a smile, he was good. I like it.
Definitely, man. Once you get him, man, he's good as gold, man. He's a good dude, man. He's a hard worker, great father. Man, I'm excited for their future, man, for sure.
Rahjai, I mentioned that video a moment ago that was posted of you, and I believe it said Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, a couple of guys you model your game after. Certainly very versatile backs. Anybody else growing up or any other running backs you really liked when you were coming up?
Well, I was a big fan of this guy named Rodney Harris, which is my dad. I kind of watched his fan.
The original 47, right?
Yeah, the original, man. But yeah, I broke down his film, man. And my dad was smaller; he was about 170. He ran a 4.2, so he was kind of like a faster guy. But I idolized my game around it because he also had good feet, break tackles and stuff like that. But then you have guys like LT, Frank Gore, and guys like that, man. Because I am a 49er fan, so I watched Frank Gore growing up with my dad, which is a 49er fan as well. Jonathan Stewart, everybody all the different type of backs that came up, when I was younger, man. I was on them, man. Arian Foster, all type of guys.
Yeah,
man. I like them all.
Some great names there. Watch a little Clinton Portis tape if you haven't, Rahjai.
I got you.
No, but you mentioned when you said Stewart and a couple of those other guys, fast guys, obviously, but with power too. And that kind of reminds me of you. You like to mix them both in.
Oh yeah, you got to watch them guys, man. They got that power, man. That sneaky power, man. You know what I'm saying? Good feet, man. Good speed. But got that power as well, man. He's a special guy. And
is there anything, Rahjai, when you get feedback, whether it be from, maybe your position coaches or scouts or anybody that says, hey, can maybe focus on this aspect of your game? Like, is there any one thing you've really tried to improve upon from that long run against NC State to now this offseason?
Yeah, man. I kind of you can never just not work on your speed and your applied metrics and stuff like that, man. So that's really what I've been doing, man. Is really just strengthening everything around my muscles. You feel what I'm saying? Just making sure I'm fresh as possible and strong as possible going into minicamp. But yeah, man, I've been working on everything, man. Just my mobility, speed, power, acceleration, deceleration, everything, man. Just trying to make sure my game is as sharp as it can be during minicamp.
Well, Rahjai, earlier in the show, we talked to another former Pirate with the great family, Zach Agnos, who made his Major League Baseball debut on Sunday. Yeah. And his family was there, and just always special. And now, I can't wait to see you in your first pro game, and hopefully they'll cut to your family in the crowd. That'd be awesome. But man, we love seeing Pirates succeed. In sports obviously, but life as well. And I have no doubt you'll do that. So we're wishing you the best, man, these next few days, and we'll catch up with you next week and hopefully catch people up on what's going on in the life of Rahjai Harris.
Most definitely, my guy. I appreciate you as always, my guy.
Rahjai Harris joining us, hoping for the best for him coming up this weekend. He lands with the team, and Rahjai's the type of guy get a foot in the door I think good things could certainly happen when teams get to know that young man. We will get a break in, come back, have more for you. Pirate Radio Live. I'm going to try to squeeze in some of our Mac interview here. Shirley, how do you feel about that? You feel okay about that? All right, she feels fine about that. Maybe get to some of that. Also, Fleet Feet Rundown and more coming up as we roll on. Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
Riley's Army, our mission is to provide support to children with cancer and their families in North Carolina. From emotional support to financial assistance, we are here to ensure no family faces this journey alone. Guided by faith and a commitment to love and service, Riley's Army invites you to join us. Volunteer, donate, or spread the word. Together we can make a lasting difference. Visit RileysArmy.com to learn more. That's RileysArmy.com.
We're inside the Pirate Radio studios with our friends from QC Kinetics. Don, why should people use QC Kinetics?
So QC Kinetics, we're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. So we've helped about 50,000 patients get back to an active and pain-free life without surgery, without drugs, and without downtime. We leverage your body's own natural growth and healing properties to not only repair damaged tissue, but generate new.
Don, give us the number.
252-765-PAIN. 252-765-PAIN.
That's QC Kinetics.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
It seems like places are giving you less and less food these days.
Yes, Mama, it's called shrinkflation. Oh, shrinkflation, that's just another word for robbery. But this is shackflation. What? Dang, that's huge. Extra pepperoni, extra cheese on that thing.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and get a Shackaroni pizza for only $12.99. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple-authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
Spring has officially sprung. Time to trade in those winter blues for blooming flowers, sunny days, and maybe even a new home. If spring cleaning just isn't cutting it and you're ready for a fresh start, contact ENC Pirate Realty Alan Tate to find your next perfect home. Buying or selling, now's the time to make your perfect move. Get started today at encpiraterealty.com. ENC Pirate Realty Alan Tate. We close the deal or someone walks the plank. ARG. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. New spring arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates.
Pirate Radio.
See that door right there? One marked pirate. You think a pirate lives in there?
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
I see a door marked private. Is that the door you're talking about?
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is good for boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Caught up with Coach Mack yesterday and did not have time to air that interview. And, you know, Mack's a college basketball, college football guy without those sports going on. We still had a pretty interesting conversation and wanted to play some of that. So, Shirley, let's hit my chat with Mac McCarthy.
Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, Coach Mac McCarthy. Coach Mac, how are we doing today?
I am good. I hope you are, Clip.
Doing well. We're kind of giggling as we come on because I just made a fool of myself off the air, and I'll let you know what I did in a moment. But, Mac, where to begin today? Let's talk a little basketball. I like these kind of signs of the times when it comes to portal and NIL, and I believe I heard a player from the championship Florida Gators is leaving to go to Kentucky for a pay raise, right?
Aberdeen, yeah. Again, the answer's money. What's the question? But Aberdeen is going from Florida to Kentucky. Kentucky's had a really good year. If you can believe all that Jeff Goodman says, no one will outspend Kentucky this season in the portal, which is a pretty big statement because there's some money being thrown around out there.
Yeah, I think about this a lot too. Like, I don't want to call it a built-in excuse, but John Gilbert, last time he was on Pirate Radio Live, he said we can buy a good basketball team. And he's right, and it doesn't take the coach out of the equation, but, like, how much can a good coach do if the school he's coaching at doesn't have money to bring in players? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's more important right now, a great head coach or a great bank account if you're college? It's got to be the bank account, right?
Well, we've talked about this, ad nauseum for years and years, for 2 decades on Pirate Radio about the resources and the support that's needed to win in basketball. But now it literally is just about the money that you have to spend in the NIL platform. But you can buy a basketball team, and I think it's easier in some ways to buy a basketball team than buy a football team because one person or 2 people can make a huge difference, where 2 people on a football team, even if you get a quarterback and whatever the next most valuable position is, edge rusher or whatever it is, even if you get those 2 positions, the best in the country, you still may not win because you've got 22 players on the floor instead of just 10 on the court.
And trying to understand NASCAR better, I've asked you and others over the years, Mac, if I gave you the best driver in the, I guess, quote-unquote, worst car with the least amount of money in the garage versus the worst driver with the best equipment, who does better in the race? The guy the guy with the better equipment?
Always, yeah. And that's the most extreme example of it, but yes.
Yeah, and they say money can't buy happiness, but in my adult life, I've been, more broke than I have rich, and I think it would, it can bring some happiness to people.
That's the answer is they're shopping in the wrong place if it's not bringing them happiness.
Oh man, tough times in college, and not a lot of activity for East Carolina in the portal. Hopefully they can add some. Pirates got good news in basketball, Mac, just by the retentions, and credit to the NIL here at East Carolina. able to hold on to Jordan Riley, Jay Shane Woodard, a couple of guys that were pieces last year. Jordan Riley certainly a big piece. Jay Shane, a freshman who I love. I think can be really good. So you mix a couple of returners with, like you said, you don't need much. A couple of guys in the portal that can help you, and you can put together a winning team.
Yeah, as we know, the retention is just as important as going out there and getting somebody new. And that's one person that you don't have to bring in. They already do know your system. And while that's not as valuable as it was at one point in time, it's still a value that you can get some continuity and have some people there to help the newcomers acclimate and get ready to go. So, yeah, retention is extremely important.
Mac, one more thing on Pirate basketball. R.J. Felton, all-time Warrior, one of my all-time favorites here at East Carolina, was in the Portsmouth Invitational, and he was a late ad, according to a tweet. It said he drove up 2 hours the day of the game, stepped out of the parking lot, and was the MVP of the game. Had 20-plus points, put on a good show, and great for R.J. And from what I understand, that – it once was, I don't know about still is, but once was a big-time tournament with a lot of eyeballs, right?
Yeah, it's still a big deal. There are more people opting out, just like they do with individual workouts in football and that kind of thing. But yeah, the PIT is still a good proving ground, and every single team in the league is still going to be there watching that tournament.
Mag, what are the go-to events? Is there any for? Well, now with the portal, there's not. You just you go on the computer and click who you want out of the portal. But what are the big go-to events for coaches that are recruiting kids out of high school? Are there growing up those big like Phil Knight camp or whatever? Like what are the big camps and stuff that coaches would go to today? Are there any of those still out there?
Oh yeah, they absolutely are, and some of them are AAU driven. The national championships in Orlando, the big time tournament in Las Vegas is still a big deal. The Augusta tournament is still a big deal. I think it's called the Peach Tree, maybe Peach, something Peach. But there's still a handful of big events that are out there, and in addition to the season. But yeah, summertime basketball is still the proving ground because you get the best against the best. Where in a high school season, you may not get that at all. You may see a player dominate every single night, depending on what kind of league he's in.
How much, Mag, from your time early on to coaching into the 2000s, did it kind of shift away from high school to the AAU and to these events? Like, how much high school watching did you do late in your career?
Yeah, not a ton, depending on the situation and how well known the young man or young lady was. But we have absolutely signed players, even when I was doing it, and that's 20 years now, almost 15 years anyway. We have absolutely signed players and never met the high school coach, which would have been unheard of when I started.
Yeah, no doubt. Mag McCarthy joining us. Got to evolve in all walks of life, including being a basketball coach and certainly a football coach as well. Mac, I said it a lot last year. I don't know about reinvigorated, but you upped my interest in college football last year with our off-season discussions, and namely keeping up with where the quarterbacks are. And we got some quarterback roulette going on this week. I think trades should be allowed in college sports now. If we want to trade, say we're stacked at tight end and need a defensive end, we can make a trade with the school. And let's be honest, folks. Some of these kids don't care what their major is. Guy could switch his major if he needs to. But we had a trade of sorts. So the App State quarterback Aguilar, who I was not super impressed watching live against ECU, goes to UCLA. Of course, you got the Nico situation at Tennessee. They don't give him the raise, so Nico ends up at UCLA. Aguilar says, all right, well, I'm out of here. He goes to Tennessee. Basically a swap there, Mac.
Yeah, the trade, it almost seems like a trade, and who knows, that may be coming. But yeah, you get Nico going west and back in Southern California, and Aguilar, who ironically is from Northern California, but was at App and then UCLA. He comes to Tennessee. He's going to have to compete for the job, but clearly Nico was going to be the front runner, and who knows who the front runner is at Tennessee. I guess McIntyre or the other guy that's coming back. And then on top of that, just like all true trades in the major leagues or the NFL or the NBA, a player to be named later, Nico's little brother Madden is also going to transfer to UCLA. I guess the theory will be that Nico he has to be out of college, out of high school 3 years to go to the NFL. So he redshirted, he played, and now if he plays and has a good year, maybe he's in the draft, and then little brother takes over. But yeah, this was a family deal, and making it even crazier, Madden committed to UCLA, backed out of it, went to Arkansas for spring practice, and now recommits to UCLA. And you absolutely need a scorecard to tell the players.
We need our conspiracy board. Those things, Mag, remind me, did Larry Brown hire a relative of Danny Manning, or am I making that up?
His father.
Okay,
His father.
Yeah. We've seen situations where, was it recently, was it Missouri? Hired someone so they could get a big time player a few years ago. But we've seen this time. That's not even a deal anymore, really. That
Porter, one of the Porter players in the NBA. Yeah. But that's happened forever. It's been family members. The more common thing was coaches, and there have been a lot of examples of that through the years.
And look, LaDontae Felton might be a great player, but I think a lot of the reason he came to ECU last year was to keep R.J. Felton here in East Carolina. It would not shock me at all if that was 100% the case. My bonehead, why did I say that from earlier off the air? We're talking about Aguilar. And I said, where's he from? He said, California. And I said, oh, he must like the mountains. He was in App State. And I said, there's mountains in Knoxville, right? And what was the 2 words you said to me, Coach Mack?
Rocky Top.
Oh, yeah, Rocky Top. There's a reason they say that, huh? So that was my bonehead geography mistake from earlier today. I didn't put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah, even the mascot is named Smokey after the Smoky Mountains. So come on.
Yeah, that was tough. And the stadium's right by the water too, right? Have you been to that Neyland Stadium?
Multiple times, sitting right on the Tennessee River.
What's your favorite SEC venue?
Oh gosh, they're all really good. I don't know. Obviously, I went to the Auburn games more than anywhere else because working there. But I tell you what, now Tennessee was sitting there on the water with the volunteer Navy coming up and all the folks docking their boats together. That's a pretty cool scene.
I like the end zones. I'd like to go to some of those stadiums one day and check those out. That'd be fun. Had a trivia question about Auburn, a little after your time there, Mac, but NFL draft coming up this week. Do you remember the 2 Auburn running backs that were taken in the top 5 of the 05 NFL draft?
Cadillac and, gosh bless. I can see the other one, but I can't think of his name.
He didn't have a cool name like Cadillac. Ronnie Brown was the other one.
Ronnie Brown, yeah. No ordinary name. Well, I'll tell you what. Now they've probably gotten undersold as a running back kind of place. Everybody remembers Bo Jackson, but there were some others there. They had it when I first got there. There was James Andrews, who ended up being an All-Pro in the NFL. Joe Cribbs, All-Pro NFL, and you had Brooks. Gosh, I can't remember Brooks's name, but they were All-Pro, and then you came right behind them with Lionel Little Train James, Brent Fullwood, and Bo Jackson. They had some serious running backs in my time there.
A little later on, when I first started watching the Skins, a few years later, drafted and didn't expect much from him, but Stephen Davis turned into a really good running back.
From Greenville, South Carolina.
Big fan of the big 48 Stephen Davis. Mag McCarthy joining us. Mac, as I said, NFL draft coming up this week. Have you ever been to an NBA draft?
I have not. And we had quite a few lottery. We had 3 lottery picks at Auburn. We had Chuck, Person, Charles Barkley, Chris Morris, and I'm not so sure that we had another guy the year after I left named Mike Jones, who may have been a lottery pick for Milwaukee. Might have just fallen outside. And of course, I had a lottery pick at Chattanooga, and a kid named Johnny Taylor who went to Orlando. I was with Johnny and the family, at his house when he got drafted in the lottery, but he was not invited to the main event. So right. No, I've never been to any of the drafts, pro football or basketball.
I know who has. John Calipari has been at drafts.
Yeah,
he's been in more drafts than anybody, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing what he has done. I mean, and all of them are lottery picks, it seems.
Yeah. He finds himself on the television. Who's I don't know, Mac. Who are it might be tough to say when it all comes down to money, but who, for your dollar, are the best X and O's guys coaching college basketball right now? Who's on the short list for you?
Oh gosh, X and O wise, it's so tough. I mean, even the guys that have great players can be really good X and O guys. I apologize for the cat screaming in the background, but live radio, right?
Maybe they're saying a team with a cat. Are they trying to tell us something? Is it Kentucky, Arizona? I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Kentucky, Arizona, whoever the cats are out there, Auburn Tigers. We get all
Pearl.
Those guys.
Maybe they're going Bruce Pearl.
Or maybe, Bruce is probably an underappreciated X and O guy. Despite his antics on the sideline, wearing a little thin in my world, but he's pretty darn good. And people say he's a better coach. He's a better coach. Coaching takes up so much space. Are you talking about recruiting? Are you talking about motivation? Are you talking about, portaling? Are you talking about the actual strategy, the X's and the O's? It all has to work for you. So just because you're not great at one thing doesn't mean you can't be great at the overall process.
Mag McCarthy joining us. Talk a little more. If you want to hear the interview in its entirety, you can check it out at YouTube, Pirate Radio TV, the Zach Agnos interview there, as well as a bunch of other goodies, including what we've got coming up this weekend with spring football and ECU baseball coverage. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Fleet Feet Rundown here, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina, Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. The Brown & Wood service specials include a tire price match guarantee, a $199 AC Delco front brake pad installation special. We also have a brake rotor rebate of $40 and a synthetic oil change on most vehicles for $89.95. Don't forget, free pickup and drop-off at Brown & Wood. 89 years in business, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Hey, buddy, it's me, your foot.
What? Are you okay?
Not so much. These old shoes are killing me.
But I've had these for years.
Years? I've been stuck in these things and now I'm screaming. You need custom fit shoes, my friend. And we're not talking one size fits all here. You need comfort, support, and most importantly, freedom.
Well, how do I get that?
Head over to Fleet Feet. They'll make me feel like $1,000,000 and keep you running strong.
Fleet Feet at the Old Gordon's Golf location on Arlington Boulevard. They custom fit every shoe for your unique foot. Visit Fleet Feet and step into comfort. Your feet will thank you.
This is Holton Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30 plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. AnsonBelt.com. Over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Naylor Show.
Eastern North Carolina's Bourbon Authority is Greenville's premier American-styled restaurant. The Rick House specializes in handcraft dishes, and our bar features the very best in bourbons like Parker's Heritage, Knob Creek, and Jefferson's.
Big changes are coming to the Rick House. A new menu is on the way with great food, and it's the perfect atmosphere for a night out.
Let the Rick House host your next big event in our 2,000-square-foot banquet hall. It's perfect for wedding rehearsals, graduations, and holiday parties. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. You can take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncparks.gov. And where do you find the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Eastern North Carolina? It's DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com is a combination of Greenville Auto World and Greenville Motor Company and is fully stocked with an inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com, supporting the Pirates for over 48 years. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Welcome back, Pirate Radio Live. Time for our Fleet Feet Rundown. It's about time, Sean. I remember on the way to AJ's, I bet they're doing it, but I would always see the runners out there on Wednesdays getting ready to run or already running. It's running season at Fleet Feet.
Yeah, that's right. And if you need some new shoes, if your feet are talking to you like my feet are talking to me in that commercial, you need to go and see Chris Lang and his team at Fleet Feet. A lot of great stuff going on. And as you mentioned, Clip, the pub run every Wednesday. So take advantage of that. You can go to Fleet Feet or runfleetfeet.com for more information. Find out where the next event, when the next 5K or pub run is going to be. You can go to their website and go by and shop at the old Gordon's shop location. Get you some new shoes, get you some new kicks.
So for a pub run, do they run to the bar or do they drink and then run?
Both.
Both. They drink, then run, then drink again.
Ooh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't run.
Or maybe they run first and then drink.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, there are certain things for certain people.
I don't think I've ever drank a beer and ran.
I don't think I've ever ran.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what you will be doing. Watching sports. You're very good at that. And there are sports on tonight, including NBA playoffs. Orlando down 1-0 in their series to Boston. Game 2 coming up tonight, 7 o'clock. Miami and Cleveland, Game 2. Heat down 1-0 in that series. And Houston made it interesting the other night, but Golden State got the win. Big game from Steph Curry. Game 2 coming up tonight in Houston at 9:30. In the NHL, the Capitals lead the Canadiens 1-0. They will play tonight, 7 o'clock. Stars and Avalanche are tied at 1 game apiece. That one in Colorado. And the Edmonton Oilers on the road in L.A. Game 2 of that series with the Kings up 1-0. All right, college basketball portal. I have some basketball news real quick. Jimmer Fredette is retiring.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him today, and they didn't even look like him.
Dang.
Who did it look like?
I don't know, but that's not how I remember Jimmer Fredette.
Was he white?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that picture? Is that really what his smile looks like? That right there? That is not Jimmer.
He's old. Man, he played for that crap-ass 3-on-3 American basketball team.
Yeah. Anytime I think of Jimmer Fredette, I think of that jawline.
How'd you feel? Okay. How'd you feel about America that day, watching those basketball players, Jerry?
Well, I don't like the Olympics, and I put no weight into America's greatness on our performance in the Olympics. So,
Really?
Yeah.
How do you quantify our greatness?
Just normal, everyday people. That's what makes this country great. I don't really care if America has the best swimmers.
Okay.
I feel like that's a very great answer. And
well, I hope so. It's your answer. And it would suck if you had a bad answer and you thought it was a bad answer. You know what I'm saying?
I give a couple of those.
Will, how upset were you when our 3-on-3 basketball team was absolute garbage?
I didn't care because our 5-on-5 team won the gold medal.
How do we not win 3-on-3? How do we not? I don't even think we won a game.
Because we had high school players and Jimmer Fredette playing in it.
No, it was like old men playing out there.
Or maybe I don't even know.
It was like a church league team or something. Why don't we just send like NBA guys that were not playing in the...
Yeah.
I don't know.
LaMelo.
Hey, enjoy your retirement, Jimmer. All right. What's the latest in the portal?
So, obviously, ECU gets 2 commits from Corey Culkin and... Eli Delorier. Some other pertinent information regarding ECU. Ezra Asar, former Pirate, former Utah Ute, committed to USC today. And
fight on.
He's with my guy, Musselman.
FAU also picked up 2 commits today, one from Isaiah Elohim from USC and another from Devin Williams from UCLA.
Have the Memphis fellas anything on them yet?
Yep. Minutes ago, Ohio State, literally 10 minutes ago, Ohio State transfer center, former 5-star, former Kentucky big, committed to Memphis to replace Dane Danger.
Right here, John.
I meant the guys who were leaving Memphis.
One of my top 3 all time. Y'all go ahead.
There's talk about PJ Haggerty getting his $4 million from Texas Tech, but we've not had a commitment.
All right.
A lot going on.
Chandler threw on some Terry McLaurin highlights for me. I don't know.
Ohio State legend.
Chandler they just like to see me smile.
Yes, and here's what I do. I do this for everybody. I put on highlights of their team.
I went to ever done that for me.
I don't think
you are a liar. I literally went to your apartment and I put on Derek Carr highlights. And then I also looked up Marshawn Lynch highlights when he was a Raider. Don't you dare sit there and say I've never done that for you.
You are a liar.
I went into your house at your home and I turned on Raiders highlights.
You can't bring up examples when I was blackout drunk.
Okay, that's what happened.
It's not Chandler's fault.
Yeah. Well, Zach Kaplan came to my house one time. I said, you know what? We're watching an hour and a half video of Tom Brady every single touchdown he threw in his career.
Oh my God. What a nightmare.
I'm nuts. I'm nuts.
You are nuts.
But like, I do this for you guys. It's not about me. It's about you guys.
Use guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
But that catch against the Colts is one of my favorites because he ripped the ball out of the defender's hands. Because, Jamie, your Colts are weak.
Stink.
They stank. Logan Stankoven.
Did I mention they stink?
On this day, presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports. On this day.
Yeah, on this day.
In 2020, he was the number 1 overall pick of the NFL draft.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow is correct. On this day in 2015, he was named the NBA Defensive Player of the Year for the first time.
Rudy Gobert.
At that time, he played his basketball in Texas.
Kawhi Leonard.
He later went north of the border, won another title. That is Kawhi Leonard. On this day in 2005, a Utah Ute was drafted first overall. Will, do you know who that is? 2005 Utah.
NFL.
Number 1.
Ute.
We were just watching his highlights.
He about died.
I'm blanking.
And then came
He
back
almost
and
lost
played.
his leg.
Aaron Rodgers fell in this
Alex
draft.
Smith.
Yeah.
Alex Smith is correct.
He
Well
went
done.
to Utah?
He did.
You darn right.
On this day in 1989, this multi-time Super Bowl winning quarterback from UCLA was drafted first overall.
Troy Aikman.
Yep. On this day, presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports, John.
Yes, sir. I went and saw Jimmy today.
Jimmy.
Saw Jimmy Stallings, a good friend of mine. They are celebrating 50 years over at Ron Ayers Motorsports. Their shop was filled with awesome bikes, side-by-sides, ATVs, and also have some lawnmowers there if you need something to cut your grass with. But they're celebrating 50 years all year long, and then May 3rd, they're having their open house. That's Saturday, May 3rd, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and it's right there at Ron Ayers Motorsports, 1929 North Memorial Drive here in Greenville. And they're going to have the Chain Reaction BMX stunt team. So if you like to watch people on bikes doing awesome tricks, and you get by Ron Ayers Motorsports, free barbecue sandwiches, free Sparky snowballs, and then you'll have a chance to win a Kawasaki Electrode bike. And I believe Jimmy said they're going to give away 2 of those. So celebrating all month long and all year long. 50 years of Ron Ayers Motorsports. 50 years of excellence.
And that's his free barbecue sandwiches?
Yeah. And then, if it's hot and you need something to, cool you down.
Another barbecue sandwich.
Another barbecue sandwich, and then a cup of Sparky snowballs.
Back with you to wrap things up on a Wednesday after this.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
Pirate
Pirate fans, the East Carolina football season ticket campaign presented by Hamill Builders is underway. The Pirates are looking to build momentum off an 8-win season and that Military Bowl win over North Carolina State. Head coach Blake Harrell wants you to be a part of his first full season as the Pirate head coach. Season tickets can be purchased for as little as $115. Call 1-800-DIAL-ECU or go to ECUPirates.com today to get your 2025 season tickets.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is Jacob Sauls with EliteTruck.com, Eastern North Carolina's premier choice in commercial truck and van equipment. Come join us in downtown Little Washington on May 10th for our first ever Elite Truck Fest, which will include a truck meet competition, raffles, live music, food, and other family-friendly activities. All proceeds from this event will be going towards supporting Beaufort County high schoolers gain valuable apprenticeship experience in their desired trade. Visit EliteTruck.com for more information.
Overtime's Tavern is officially open in downtown Greenville. Whether you're craving a cold drink, hot meal, or just a place to unwind with friends in a laid-back atmosphere, we've got you covered. Join us daily from 11 a.m. to midnight every day or stick around for our late-night hours on the weekends. Follow Overtime Tavern on Facebook or Instagram for daily specials and events, including live music. OT's is right across from the Sheets on Charles Boulevard in downtown Greenville. Overtime's Tavern, where every hour feels like overtime.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey, Pirate Nation. Warm weather is here, and it's time to get back on the boat. And at Stroud's Marine, they're stocked up with over 26,000 pre-owned parts. They got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Stay up to date with the latest deals, parts, and promotions by following them on social media. And as always, their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Remember, they're just around the corner. Stop by the shop at 865 Rivet Street in Greenville. For more information, head to StroudsMarine.com. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
This is Holton Nailers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 419 points and closed at 39,606. The NASDAQ was ahead 407 points at 16,708. The S&P rose 88 points and finished at 5,375. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
Wrapping it up on a Wednesday. Well, we packed a lot in and a lot of nothing in the last 3 hours, but I tell you what, I had fun. Hope you guys did.
I had fun for the last 3 hours. I'm going to have fun tonight at Overtime Tavern.
I'm ready to eat, man. Give me some of them lemon pepper wings.
A couple of house chips.
I had the burger at lunch on Monday. I have never had a burger there because I was like, And I tried it, and I'm definitely getting it again because it was delish.
Cannot wait for some sports trivia tonight at Overtime. We'll be back with you draft day coming up Thursday with another 3-hour edition of Pirate Radio Live for Shirley Rhodes, Will the Chill, J-Bone, and Shanman. I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation.